Yeah, man, it's good they signed IU, man. Just imagine if they let IU go, man. They be in real trouble now, man. Oh, what's going on, man? What's happening, man? How's everybody doing, man? Stay awake, man. You just don't know, man. You just don't know, man. Y'all don't know what it takes to do this show every night, man. I got a life, man. I got like a real life. You dig what I'm saying? Praise be, man. What's up, Gouch Merlot, man? So much stuff going on, man. We gonna get to it too, man. We gonna get to it, man. Let me go ahead and get to it early, man. Let me go ahead and put my notifications out first, man. Shout out to everybody that's out there, man. Watching on Rumble, watching on whatever platform you watching. If you're watching on Ock Nation Gold or Ock Nation News, wherever you're watching, man. Salute to you, man. Wherever you're watching, salute to you, man. Uh, Shout out to Smokey Treats. Smokey Treats in the building. He said, take the challenge, support out. Yeah, man. We going in, man. We had we had some issues. I'll get to that in a minute, man. I don't like to involve y'all with too much shit because it's like y'all don't even y'all just come to get the show. But last night we had a crazy topic last night. And the one thing, I'm gonna get to this in a second. Let me just go ahead and do this, man. Let me do this. Everyone smash that like button, man. Smash that like button, man. Go and smash it, man. Share this post too, man. Share this if you share this, man. Yeah, man. Share this, man. We got a great show for you guys tonight, man. A lot going on, man, in the world, man. A lot going on in the world. Let me show you something. Let me show you. Let me tell you something. Remember that? Let me tell you something. Um. Oh, Lord. Press one if you watched the show last night, man. Press one if you watched the show last night, man. Press one if you watched the show last night, man. If you partook of the show last night, man. So last night's show, it got a community guidelines warning, man. And this is what I'm telling you, man. Like every night when I come on here, every single night when I come on this channel, when I come on live, because of the nature of the things that we talk about here, and because this is a pretty based crowd, and I'm a based content creator, and most of the topics we're gonna talk about is gonna be pretty much based. You know what I'm saying? Every night when I come on here, I'm putting this channel on the line. Okay, this ain't like most YouTubers that I watch and you watch. We all watch. We're like they go live and it's just there's nothing. It's just just another day. Me every time I go live, man, there's a potential that I'm gonna get in trouble, man. Press one, man. Every single time I go live, there's a potential I'm gonna get in trouble, man. Black man walked in the furniture store and recorded himself stabbing young white beauty to death, man. Now, I could have said, you know what I'm saying? I could have said, a man walked into a furniture store and stabbed a woman to death. You know what I'm saying? I could have said that, man. You feel me? I could have said that. I could have said that. But that's not what happened, man. That's not what happened, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not what happened, man. And at the end of the day, man, they don't really get you for the title, man. They get you for what you say, man, or for what you allow other people to say. But yeah, man, it is what it is, man. Now I want to show you something else, man. That's very funny, man. Now you see, tonight's show is monetized so far, right? Because we haven't gotten into the topic yet. So tonight's show is currently monetized. September 1st. Tonight's show is currently monetized because I haven't gotten into the show yet, right? Now I want to show you my last 30 streams, right? Let me show you my last 30 streams. Starting August 31st. And this is the monetization. My last 30 streams. Okay, the one on Brianna, they let be monetized. But all the rest of them, of my last 30 streams, only one of them has been monetized. Okay, these two, August 3rd and August 7th. So this whole month, I went live every single day, and 3 of my 31 streams, 3 of them were monetized. Let's do July. 1. So in July, I had 1 stream. I went live every day in July. I had 1 stream monetized. 1 stream I made $5 off of AdSense from. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when I come on here, man, I don't make any money from YouTube, and my channel's always, and I put my channel on the line because of the things I talk about and I let people come up here and talk about. This is not like, so when people say, hey, man, salute to Scruffy, man. Scruffy looking turf herder, man. He say the flack only gets heavy when you're over the target. Yeah, man. Listen, I've been doing this for a long time, man. I've been doing this for a long time, Jack. I've been doing YouTube for a long time. Yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys, man. Give you guys some insight into, how the sausage is made, man. You know what goes into it, man. Pause. How you know. And then on top of that, I be tired. Okay? And I mean tired. Yeah, I don't mind YouTube getting 30% of each super chat because they collect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing about YouTube, they collect it for you. You dig what I'm saying? So you guys can donate any way you want to, man. If you wanna, you'll comment, post it on the page, super chat. If you want me to read it, PayPal, Cash App. Because at the end of the day, you do need somebody to collect the money, and YouTube does a good job of collecting the money for you. But yeah, they do take. Rumble takes less though. Rumble takes 20%. But yeah, let's get on to the show, man. Now that y'all know how the sausage is made, man. That's for the new people. A lot of the old people already knew that.
Right now on NBC Bay Area News, we are following breaking news out of San Francisco. 49ers rookie receiver Ricky Persall is in the hospital after being shot during an attempted robbery right there in Union Square. In the last 30 minutes, we got an update from police, from the mayor, from the district attorney. The suspect, who's also shot, is a 17-year-old from Tracy. That suspect also in the hospital.
And we have team coverage.
17 years old. Give me an ID on that. Give me an ID on that. Give me an ID. Give me an ID, man. On that guy, man. 17 years old, man. "17 years old. Give me an ID, man." What group 17-year-olds out here robbing football players in broad daylight?
Minutes, we got an update from police, from the mayor, from the district attorney. The suspect, who's also shot, is a 17-year-old from Tracy. That suspect also in the hospital.
And we have team coverage tonight. Marianne Favreau is at SF General, where Persall and the suspect are being treated, or Anthony Flores. He will join us to talk about what this means for the team this season. But we want to begin with Alyssa Gord, who is near Union Square, where this all unfolded just a few hours ago. Alyssa.
Gia, as you mentioned, we are right near Union Square. We're on Geary, just off of Grant, and this is where San Francisco police say that San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Ricky Persall was the victim of both an attempted robbery and a shooting earlier today. The team issuing a statement this evening saying that he is in stable but serious condition. And we want to give you a look at what this scene here looked like just this afternoon. There were evidence markers all along the sidewalk with clothing and a shoe shoe and a hat on the ground. There was blood here on the sidewalk as well. That blood has since been cleaned up. Police say they got a call at around 3:30 about a reported shooting, and when they arrived, they found 2 men here injured. Those men were taken to the hospital. Now, after investigating, police learned that one of those people was Persall and that the other was a person who'd attempted to rob him. Now, San Francisco Police Chief Bill Scott just informed us in a press conference that the suspect approached Persall and attempted to rob him. There was gunfire from the suspect's gun that struck both Mr. Persall and the suspect. And the suspect, San Francisco Police Chief Bill Scott has said, is a 17-year-old from Tracy. Police say that
a 17-year-old from Tracy, man. Let's do the demographics on Tracy, man. Tracy. Let's do the demographics on Tracy, California. Wow. They got a lot of whites and a lot of Asians, man. 41% white, 20% Asian. It doesn't even say black as a race. It doesn't even have black as a race over there. Not a lot of blacks in Tracy, man. Salute to Daddy, man. What's up, Daddy? He said, gator boots with the pimped out Gucci suits. Ain't got no job, but I stay fly. Gator boots with the pimped out Gucci suits. Ain't got no job, but I stay fly.
rob him. There was gunfire from the suspect's gun that struck both Mr. Persall and the suspect. And the suspect, San Francisco Police Chief Bill Scott has said, is a 17-year-old from Tracy. Police say that there was some kind of physical altercation involved and that both people were injured. That suspect is in custody and charges are pending. Here's what San Francisco Police Chief Bill Scott had to say.
He was walking alone when the suspect approached him and attempted to commit an armed robbery using a gun. A struggle between Mr. Persall and the suspect ensued, and the suspect's gunfire from the suspect's gun struck both Mr. Persall and the subject. Thankfully, Mr. Persall is in stable condition.
And police just cleared the scene here on Geary Street. They just removed the caution tape. And as you likely know, Union Square is a very popular tourist destination. And so tourists have been coming here all day and watching as the investigation unfolded, shocked to find out what happened here. Live in San Francisco, Alyssa Gord, NBC Bay Area News.
NBC Bay Area's Marianne Favreau. She's been standing by at SF General, where both Persall and the suspect are being treated. Marianne.
Well, we're happy to tell you that Persall is in stable condition here at SF General. A major response from the city tonight. We just wrapped up a press conference with the police chief, the district attorney, and Mayor London Breed. Here's what she had to say about the incident.
He has a bright future, and I look forward to seeing him recover and get back on the field. I'm also grateful for the quick action of our police officers who immediately, within a minute, responded to the situation, apprehended the suspect. Their work ensured.
She also reiterated that it was extremely rare to have a shooting in Union Square. In fact, she mentioned that recently police had beefed up their presence there in Union Square. Also, we heard from the district attorney, who said that she is going to pursue this to the full extent of the law and continue with the investigation, and likely the charges will be released sometime midweek. Now, we can tell you that that 17-year-old suspect who was actually shot when he was in a scuffle with Mr. Persall, he was shot. He is now in stable condition, and he is also here at San Francisco General Hospital. Now, the police chief said that it did not appear that he specifically targeted Persall because he was a 49er. He would not disclose if he was after any particular item that Persall was having. So right now, the press conference just wrapped up. We will say that the 23-year-old, again, is in stable condition. We did see his father arrive here at the hospital, and we also have seen many people from the San Francisco 49ers, including the general manager. Reporting live at SF General, Marianne Favreau, NBC.
That's a black eye on the city, man. That's a black eye on the city. August West, man. Shout out to August West, man. He says, keep up the good work. We do appreciate it. Yeah, man. Salute to you, man. I appreciate you too, bro.
News out of San Francisco. 49ers wide receiver Ricky Persall shot during an attempted robbery. Police saying the suspect, a 17-year-old boy from Tracy. Good evening, and thanks for joining us here at 8 o'clock. I'm Brady Halbly. Brandon Benitez is joining us now live with the latest information. And Brandon, what can you tell us at this point?
Brady, good evening. A scary situation over in San Francisco at Union Square. Persall is in a stable but critical condition. The shooting happened at approximately 3:37 this afternoon. Persall was coming out of an autograph signing when a suspect tried robbing a Rolex off of him. It happened on the corner of Geary and Market. The robbery turned physical, leading to both Persall and the suspect sustaining gunshot wounds. Persall was struck in the chest. Police arrived at the scene shortly after, taking both to San Francisco General Hospital. The suspect is in custody with charges pending. And you saw San Francisco Mayor London Breed posting that on X today, confirming the shooting involving the Niner rookie teammate and fellow wide receiver Deebo Samuel doing the same. While it seemed like he'll be okay, Persall's availability, of course, now up in the air, but this goes way deeper than football, of course. We're just glad the outcome wasn't.
He said his availability is up in the air. You think, man? You think? Yeah, I think his availability is way up in the air, bro. When the Redskin player that got shot last year, or commander, whatever the hell they call him, he got shot by a 15-year-old in an attempted robbery in broad daylight. Whew. Let's see if we can find some let me go to Twitter, man. I'm sure they're talking about this on Twitter. I'm sure they're talking about this on Twitter, man. Yeah, that's the Redskin Robinson, yeah. He got shot last year, 2 years ago. And he came back and played during the season. That's him. Ricky Persall. He gonna make the team though now, man. They can't cut him now, man. They can't cut him, man. It'll look bad if they cut him. So they gotta let him make the team, man. Put him on the pup list. Statement from the 49ers. San Francisco is a dangerous, dangerous city, man. That's him right there, man. San Francisco is a dangerous, dangerous city, man. Oh, man. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous city, man. Very dangerous. Let's see what's going on with San Francisco. Let's see.
A San Francisco story that we've heard time and time again. A business owner in the city's Castro neighborhood says a robber broke into his restaurant again.
Yeah, it's something he says is happening too often. In fact, he's had 4 break-ins and 4 other incidents with his windows were broken. Here's NBC's Sergio Quintana.
This is security camera video of someone breaking into Guy Chicken and Rice in San Francisco's Castro neighborhood. You can see the man make his way to the front counter, likely looking for a register or cash box, and he finds nothing to take. He spent a total of 25 seconds inside before leaving empty-handed. Owner Kevin Liu already knows it's going to cost a couple $1,000s to fix the front window that would-be thief broke because he's had to repair similar damage so often.
In no way.
Oh man, he got insurance, man. That's what the black folk would say. You got insurance, man. But here's the thing about that, man. Your insurance deductible, man, is crazy when you have a business in a black zip code or zip code ravaged by black crime. Your deductible is through the roof, man.
Knows it's going to cost a couple $1,000s to fix the front window that would-be thief broke because he's had to repair similar damage so often.
In no way did I ever think I would be an expert in like the quality of glass, how many protective layers there are. These are things that I had to learn through unfortunate events.
And he's not the only business owner in the city who's been the repeated victim of crime recently. At Hamburger Haven in the Richmond neighborhood, the owner says he's been hit 4 times in 3 years, most recently last week when crooks made off with their vintage cash register. Earlier this month, someone doing donuts in the middle of Market Street lost control of the car and careened into Market Street bikes, destroying the front of the building. In a prior incident, thieves sawed open his security gates to steal bikes. Just a handful of the challenges business owners say they've been seeing every day. Over the last few months, Mayor London Breed and Police Chief Bill Scott have been touting a significant drop in crime across the city. Overall, it is down by about a third when compared to last year, and that includes violent and property crime. Business owners across the city of San Francisco who have been repeatedly broken into over the last few years say falling crime statistics is good news, but is of little comfort to them right now.
The numbers might be showing something different, but we can only speak from our own experiences. And, the stats here are 4 times this year. And it's rough. It's hard to deal with.
Lou says he does appreciate the city's vandalism grants, which he has used to help fix windows in prior incidents. And he's followed the police department's advice not to leave any cash in the store overnight, which is why yesterday morning's burglar didn't get anything. Sophie Ong is a customer at Guy Chicken and Rice. I asked her what she thought of the break-in and crime in San Francisco.
For me, as someone who is looking to move here, who likes to come here, it's not, I think it's definitely a problem, but I think it's
Oh shit. Sophie Yang, man. Yeah, man. She want to make sure she said the right thing, man. Liberals are such good people that they lie every time they open their mouths. Being a good person is lying. I'm not lying to you. I'm lying for you. You need me to lie for you. That son like, man, if that camera wasn't there, I'd have socked her in the side of her head. Look at her chin just sitting out there, man. He's salivating. He like, damn, I could have had me a knockout game, man. Could have played the knockout game, man. But shit, man, that's pesky camera, man. That son pissed off, man. Salute the Gouch Merlot. He said, salute, Ock. Losing last night's masterpiece is awful. Losing 49ers and hockey player, bad weekend. Yeah, bad weekend for professional athletes, man. Yeah, man. Facts, man. Come on, Sophie.
In crime in San Francisco.
For me, as someone who is looking to move here, who likes to come here, it's not. I think it's definitely a problem, but it's not what defines the city, I think.
Kevin Liu says despite the repeated setbacks, he is determined to stick it out, but he wants city leaders to do better. In San Francisco, Sergio Quintana, NBC, Bay Area News.
To the search for a woman accused of repeatedly threatening to kill and kidnap preschool children at playgrounds in San Francisco. ABC 7 News reporter Tim Johns looked into why she's still on the streets. Tim?
Yeah, Kristen, I spoke with several people who have had encounters with this woman. They tell me this has been going on for years, with some of the woman's threats and attacks going all the way back to 2020. Now neighbors say they're frustrated and they want something to change.
I'm just astounded that we're still talking about this, that we're still dealing with this.
San Francisco mother Jenna P. has had enough. For years, Jenna tells me she and her family have been on the receiving end of threats from this woman. We're showing you her photo because police say she's a threat to the public and have issued a warrant for her arrest. The woman, who goes by the name Lacey, is homeless and has reportedly threatened dozens of people in multiple San Francisco neighborhoods. Jenna says she screams and chases people and their children around city parks, threatening to murder them and shouting other vicious attacks.
It's scary to kind of always feel like you just don't feel safe on your sidewalks anymore. You don't feel safe in the park.
Jenna says these types of attacks first started happening around 2020. Back then, neighbors created these flyers to post in city parks to notify people about the woman's actions. Since then, neighbors have connected online to report incidents and to share information about her whereabouts. That includes Elena Dundachenko, who works as a nanny and has had her own terrifying encounters with the woman.
We try to help the neighborhood nannies to warn about her being in our neighborhood.
The woman has been arrested multiple times over the years and currently has a warrant out for her arrest once again. Despite that, though, she keeps on getting released back onto the streets.
We cannot force, as a police department, we can't force her into mental health treatment. It's an issue that we run into with a lot of folks in the city who are suffering.
A fact that's frustrating many neighbors.
Well, if that's the case, then something needs to change. I mean, we have to do something differently then. What is it that we need to do differently?
Feeling trapped and with nowhere to go, neighbors are asking for help to try and solve this issue once and for all, and not just for themselves and their families.
She needs help. I mean, she used to be a productive member of society doing her thing, and I would love to see that for her, right? Like this, I would love to see a success story come of this.
The San Francisco Police Department is asking for the public's help today. They're encouraging anyone who sees the woman to not engage, but to immediately call 911. Meanwhile, the Public Defender's Office tells us it's not jail time, but support services that the woman needs. I'm in the newsroom. Tim Johns, ABC 7 News.
It's not jail time. It's support services she needs. She needs more of your tax dollars, man. Jeez.
37-year-old victim was shot in the head outside of his apartment complex in Dublin. That happened a week ago today.
Yeah, and now we're learning that the man accused of killing him had known him for years through video game platforms.
ABC 7 News reporter Lena Howland has more on these new developments.
A community manager, a husband, and dog lover. 37-year-old Michael DeLipe was shot in the head and killed outside of Dublin's Emerald Park Apartments last Friday. His wife heard the gunshots and found him outside, but the suspect was nowhere to be found.
Based on social media, we were able to link our suspect, 38-year-old Nicholas Palaveda, as having an online, some type of online conversation with our victim. And from there, the investigation was off, and we were trying to locate him.
Dublin Police Chief Nate Schmidt says the suspect and victim knew each other from several different online platforms, including Discord, a popular site for gamers to communicate. Less than 24 hours later, Palaveda was arrested on his way back home to Arizona.
It's just a very strange case for somebody to drive all the way from Arizona to the city of Dublin and commit this type of a crime. I mean, in Dublin, we don't see these type of crimes here.
While the chief says they are still confirming if the two parties had an argument, at this point, they still don't have the motive.
We know that they were associates on social media platforms. We just don't know what those conversations are yet.
DeLipe's wife, Cynthia, told us Michael was a man who loved to cheer people up with humor and help friends in whatever way he could. She says they met the suspect in person a few times more than 10 years ago at some gaming-related events, but she didn't remember who he was.
What's most troubling about this situation is that the distance.
Dr. Lisa Hill is a criminal justice and social work professor at Cal State East Bay.
Even during those hours that he was driving, even if he was speeding, it took him at least 8-9 hours maybe to get here. That didn't de-escalate him. He was still driven unless there was some, continued dialogue between he and the ultimate victim.
Palaveda was formally arraigned in an Alameda County courtroom on Thursday. He is expected to be back in court September 12th. In Dublin, Lena Howland, ABC 7 News.
Wow.
There is an uproar in Aptos tonight over the possibility a twice-convicted rapist could be released into the community. 72-year-old Michael Cheek could wind up in a rental near Rio Del Mar Beach. Cheek was granted release from a state mental hospital 5 years ago, and thousands of homes have been considered.
I recognize that it's challenging for the court to find a placement, but I think that we can all agree that this is an absolutely unacceptable place. It's close to schools. It's in a very dense, family-friendly neighborhood.
Those who live in the neighborhood also understand the need to find Cheek a home, but they're apprehensive.
There's got to be some place for these.
Why do they understand that he needs a home? Why do they understand that? I don't understand that. Like, they always, like, why does he need? Why do we have to find him a fucking home? Salute to LRLRS, Big Larry in the building.
Friendly neighborhood.
Those who live in the neighborhood also understand the need to find Cheek a home, but they're apprehensive.
There's got to be some place for these poor folks to go, but smack dab in the middle of an established neighborhood, I don't think so.
Public comment on the possible placement of Cheek is allowed through September 24th. A court will make a final ruling in October.
Yeah, Fred, so this carjacking happened here behind me on Westchester Pike as a husband was waiting for his wife who was inside of a store. Now, this all happened right across the street from police headquarters, which is right over there. But it also happened less than a block away from where police believe one of those suspects lives down this street right here. And police actually executed a search warrant tonight looking for those two suspects. Upper Darby police executing a search warrant at a home where they believe one of two carjackers might live. The home on New Street, less than a block from where the carjacking happened.
It happened so fast. We was just right there 2 seconds ago. And it's crazy. Not out here, but we wouldn't expect that to happen right here.
People in this Upper Darby neighborhood shocked after police say two men carjacked this Honda Pilot on Westchester Pike Thursday around 3 in the afternoon. Inside the car was a father and his 5-year-old and 2-month-old children.
The father of the driver, the father inside the vehicle, he and the one male struggle. Gets outside of the vehicle, our suspect overpowers the male and is able to get inside the vehicle. Our father is trying to get him out because he knows his 2-month-old child is still in the car.
Police say one of the suspects fled on foot. The other took the SUV, firing one shot. The bullet hitting the SEPTA bus across the street, but nobody was hit. Surveillance.
Bullet hitting the SEPTA bus across the street. Typical son shooter, man. Typical son shooter, man. God, they reckless.
They're still in the car.
Police say one of the suspects fled on foot. The other took the SUV, firing one shot. The bullet hitting the SEPTA bus across the street, but nobody was hit. Surveillance video shows the suspect dumping the car less than a half a mile up the highway. The infant left inside the car. The suspect seen running away.
Our officers are actively looking for him now in the Cobb Creek Golf Course, which is in Philadelphia. We did recover a 9mm magazine inside the driver's seat, and our projectile matches that.
All of this happening across the street from police headquarters. Police releasing these pictures of who they are looking for, one of them with a cast on his left arm.
I mean, they went to the police station right across the street. You would have never even thought that something like that would happen. See, that just goes to show you, they don't care.
It's a brazen act. Look, we're in front of police headquarters. We're a block and a half from police headquarters and fire headquarters. The brazenness of these two to do that in broad daylight, again, it speaks to the volume of crime that we're seeing across the country.
So police tell me they plan to execute another search warrant at another location. Again, they have not released the identities of those two suspects, but they said they did receive a lot of tips from the public who helped them identify who those two people are. And that's who they are looking for right now. And they hope they can find them by tonight. But as for the victims, police say that nobody was seriously hurt, but they say the father did receive a cut during a altercation with one of those carjackers. We're live in Upper Darby. Johnny Archer, NBC 10 News.
Wow, it's a lot of sons, man, getting into stuff, man.
Quick arrest 3 days after a deadly shooting on Indy's near Northeast Side. Fox 59's Max Lewis shares how the community helped police capture the suspect.
The killing happened late Friday night here at this home near 34th and Ralston. Police today crediting eyewitnesses with helping them make a quick arrest.
Candles and mementos sit on the steps of this home where 48-year-old Edward Gray Jr. was shot to death late Friday night. Police were initially called to this home just before 11 o'clock and had to fight their way through a huge crowd just to get inside. They found Gray Jr. shot, and by the time other officers arrived, the crowd had scattered.
Right now, we may have one witness and that's it. So there was at least 20 to 30 people that saw this and knows what's happened.
Luckily, one of the witnesses came forward. According to this affidavit, they told detectives they witnessed a man who goes by
a white lady, man. One witness came forward, y'all. They put her on blast too, man. White lady said, "God damn it, I'll tell you everything. Can't live like this."
Came forward. According to this affidavit, they told detectives they witnessed a man who goes by the street name Porkskin shouting and screaming before firing off a single shot. During a photo lineup, the witness identified Porkskin as 43.
Porkskin. Hey, man, maybe Biden was in line after all, man, with corn pop, man. This makes Biden seem more believable, man. There's a dude named Porkskin and there's a dude named Corn Pop, man. Corn Pop, Porkskin. Corn Pop, Porkskin.
Who goes by the street name Porkskin, shouting and screaming before firing off a single shot. During a photo lineup, the witness identified Porkskin as 43-year-old Vincent Price. He was arrested less than 72 hours after the killing on a charge of murder.
While our detectives and our officers are going to be hard at work, we can't do this alone. We need community cooperation.
In July of this year, IMPD says its homicide clearance rate was around 70%, higher than previous years, in part, they say, because of people coming forward with information.
Whether that's the color of a vehicle, whether that's something that seemed out of place that wasn't there before, this can help bring closure to a grieving family.
According to jail records, Price right now has a hearing scheduled for Thursday morning. However, it will be up to the Marion County prosecutor to file formal criminal charges. In Indianapolis, Max Lewis, Fox 59 News.
Porkskin. Oh, Porkskin, man. God damn, man. Hey.
The man using an axe to kill Liz Quackenbush, a beloved teacher, has been found guilty. Today, a jury convicted Preston Higgs II of murder for the...
Oh, man. Wasn't expecting that, man. I wasn't expecting that, man. That one caught me off guard, man. Gee.
The man using an axe to kill Liz Quackenbush, a beloved teacher, has been found guilty. Today, a jury convicted Preston Higgs II of murder for the 2021 killing. WDSU reporter Jonah Gilmore spoke with Quackenbush's family moments after that verdict was read.
She was a gem, loved by many.
The family of Liz Quackenbush stood hand in hand outside criminal court after hearing the man accused of killing her was found guilty.
You sit in that same room with evil, and it takes a lot just to maintain.
According to police, Quackenbush was found dead in her home on Desire Street in March of 2021. In court, Preston Higgs admitted to using an axe to stab the former teacher multiple times.
It's hard to hear that your daughter was chopped up by an axe over and over again.
After the murder, Higgs left New Orleans and was on the run for 4 months before being caught in Lake County, Indiana.
His family was not particularly helpful in his capture, and they caught him on that Greyhound bus with a fake ID that he had been using to maneuver.
Orleans Parish District Attorney Jason Williams calls the murder horrific, saying the gruesome photos depicted an indescribable murder scene.
He didn't even remember the number of times he swung it, and he deserves to be in jail for the remainder of his natural life.
Quackenbush mother Diane Holland says she can now be at peace, remembering her daughter as she lived and close a chapter that has haunted her for years.
Now, was she like? How did this happen? Did he break in, or was she down with the brown? Man, what you think, man? Do you think he broke in, or do you think she was down with the brown, guys? I don't know, man. This is a tough one, man. This is a tough one. She does look kind of sharky, man. She looks kind of sharky, man. She looks sharkish, man. Yeah, she do look kind of sharkish, man. It's hard to tell, man. She could just be like kind of like eclectic, man. Yeah, she massaged his pork skin. Yeah, man, she sure did. I don't know, man. I don't know. Rough, man. Golly, man. Sons, we were just talking about this last night. Sons be whacking white women, man. Sons be whacking white women. We talking about like obliterating white women.
Says she can now be at peace, remembering her daughter as she lived and close a chapter that has haunted her for years.
It means I can stop always looking back at how she died and move forward to a much more peaceful future for all of us.
That was Jonah Gilmore reporting. Higgs will be back in court for his sentencing hearing set for October 3rd. He will be sentenced to a mandatory life sentence.
Wow.
A Tacoma man accused of putting an 18-year-old woman's body in a suitcase and then lighting it on fire faced a judge today. Investigators say Anthony Millspaugh is no stranger to the law. He spent 20 years in jail for another murder.
Fox 13's Dave Dudling is live outside Tacoma.
Hold on, man. Let's run that back one more time. Run that back.
A Tacoma man accused of putting an 18-year-old woman's body in a suitcase and then lighting it on fire faced a judge today. Investigators say Anthony Millspaugh is no stranger to the law. He spent 20 years in jail for another murder.
Fox 13's Dave Dudling is live outside Tacoma Police Headquarters with the latest on this case. Dave, the victim's mother reacted to his arrest on social media. What did she have to say?
Well, the mother of Chloe Moore took to Facebook and she says Millspaugh's arrest does not bring her peace. In fact, she says it is just a reminder that she won't see her daughter again. And we want to warn you, the details in this case are disturbing. Fresh off his arrest and wearing an orange jumpsuit, 40-year-old Anthony Millspaugh faced a judge in Pierce County Thursday.
State of Washington versus Anthony Marcel Millspaugh.
Enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf to both charges.
Millspaugh is accused of killing 18-year-old Chloe Moore of Tacoma, putting her body in a suitcase and setting it on fire last September.
So not only did he attempt to destroy all evidence, which did in fact delay the investigation in this case, he also has significant criminal history that's of concern. Specifically, he has a prior murder and a second-degree conviction.
Chloe's mom posted on social media shortly after Millspaugh's arrest on Tuesday, calling him a joke. In a post, she wrote, "I honestly thought it would somehow ease my pain, maybe give me a moment of relief. Let me catch my breath, but it didn't. I don't get her back. She's not coming home. She's really gone." Court documents reveal Chloe was last seen alive at Millspaugh's apartment on September 21st, 2023 at Cause Apartments on MLK in Tacoma's Hilltop neighborhood. When interviewed, Millspaugh said his relationship to Chloe revolved around drugs. Those documents say the two met up, and Millspaugh said Chloe got a nosebleed. After that, he admitted to bringing her inside his house and said he, quote, did not know what to do. He said she was in the shower, and then he tried, quote, CPR stuff on her. During his interview with investigators, they showed him images from surveillance video showing him carrying Chloe's body down the hallway. 2 days later, the 18-year-old's body would be found by firefighters, placed in a suitcase that had been lit on fire, spreading to the nearby brush at Upper Park. And in that arraignment, you heard from the prosecution saying that Millspaugh had just recently served a 20-year prison sentence for second-degree murder. Chloe's mother aware of this and just appalled. We have reached out to her, but she's not ready to talk on.
What's up, guys, man?
What's up, Back?
A lot of weird son murders tonight. Axe murderer, lighting a girl on fire in her suitcase. That's what is it? The heat in the summertime? What's going on, man?
Summer's almost over, so at least you got that relief.
The last gasp of summer freedom, just getting inventive with how you take people out.
Yeah, man. Shout out to B-Rad, man. He says, salute, can you make me a mod on your channel? Love the show. Man, CWE brought me here. B-Rad, I don't see you in the, you got a comment, man. You got a comment, man. You have to comment. Yeah, man. These some men unrepentant though, man. Yeah, I was shocked though by the last one. The teacher, she didn't look like she'd be down with the Brown, man, for some reason. Something about her just
she looks damaged
like
though. She seems
you see that? She looked down. She didn't look at her.
Yeah,
Them
the one that
sister
was
earrings,
Shaka
that beats a mud shark, in my opinion.
Mm.
Them earrings, you get a fucking tree branch stuck on.
Yeah. Some of these though, yeah, like it's just wow. It's just sad, man. Sad, man.
She's a fake blonde who looks 45. That's two of the checklists on the Sunman list, right?
Box blonde.
She qualifies.
Wow.
It has been 6 years since someone gunned down a man in the Hunting Park section of the city during a robbery. And tonight, his daughter is coming forward with the hope of bringing her father's killer to justice. Here's Rick Williams
6 years?
with tonight's Crime Fighters Report.
Wow.
LaToya Scott lost her father, Barry Parks, to gun violence.
I just feel
We
like
still live
my
right
dad's
next to
story
Hunting Park.
is like something that has been swept under the rug. Like he's just become another cold case, and it isn't fair because my dad was a great person.
On Tuesday, August 28th, 2018, the 55-year-old was heading to work at around 2:30 in the morning. He was about to catch a bus at 6th and Erie in Philadelphia's Hunting Park section to go to his job at a recycling plant. As the bus approached, the family says an armed man tried to rob Parks.
I found out like my dad struggled with the guy.
Parks was then shot in the head. He was pronounced dead at the scene. His belongings were left behind.
His backpack was on the ground. What he had on his person was a bus token, which I kept to this day, and his keys and his ID.
Police have released surveillance video of the suspect.
Oh, wow.
He's described as a dark-skinned male in his 20s, at least 6 feet tall and thin.
Dark skin, all right.
He had a bushy-type hairstyle and was...
Damn, that dude just whacked that 55-year-old, just ended his life and just walking on like that. Yeah, I mean, shit. At least they got some evidence, though. They do. It makes sense why she still, thinks that they can make it. But this kid's probably dead or in jail right now. That's the only bad part. Like,
type hairstyle and was wearing a dark-colored hooded sweatshirt and dark sweatpants with vertical white stripes down the upper half. The city of Philadelphia is offering up to $20,000 in reward money for information that leads to the arrest and conviction of the person responsible. All you have to do...
Wow.
They still don't know.
Most
So
of these crimes
sad,
don't get
man.
solved.
Yeah, it's hard to it's really hard to solve crime when you get zero cooperation from the community. Like that picture was good enough to where if you know that kid, you know that's him, and no one's come forward to say, "Oh yeah, that looked like Johnny." You know what I'm saying? Let's see this.
A 20-year-old man was sentenced today for 2 murders and 2 attempted murders last summer. Last week, we sat down with the family of one of those victims, frustrated by a last-minute plea deal they weren't expecting. Today, a Hennepin County judge accepted that plea deal, sentencing 20-year-old Callan Hatchett to more than 47 years behind bars. Our 5 Eyewitness News camera was in that emotional hearing today. Renee Cooper joins us with the details. Renee.
Lindsay, the plea deal struck earlier this month came as a shock to the parents of one of Hatchett's victims. They say they were previously assured a deal wouldn't be necessary, and today they asked the judge to reject that deal.
The pain of losing my son has been compounded by the pain of knowing the decisions were made without any regard for our family and the other victims' families.
An emotional day in Hennepin County Court as the parents of 26-year-old Ollie Reed spoke on his behalf, holding his picture and asking the judge to reject the plea deal.
And a person who murders 2 people and attempts to murder 2 others in 1 month should not be given the opportunity to have a plea.
I ask, please
there
reject the plea.
20-year-old Callan Hatchett.
You know the dad, man. See, look at
There you go.
Man. Your racism just, God damn, man. How could you ever doubt us, man?
Yeah, I'm sure. Are they married?
They got on the same color.
2 others in 1 month should not be given the opportunity to have a plea.
I ask, please reject the plea.
20-year-old Callan Hatchett admitted to shooting and killing Reed, and 30-year-old Tonya Powell 1 month later. Powell's mother spoke directly to Hatchett during the sentencing.
Now, there's a lot of mixing going on up there, man.
Goddamn melting pot.
Shit. Fuck, I want to make sure, like, this reminds me of Goodfellas. He's like, man, I want to make sure I'm not fucking kissing Nat King Cole over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man.
A lot of seasoning in this spot.
Powell 1 month later. Powell's mother spoke directly to Hatchett during the sentencing.
Now, I'm supposed to sit up and say something politically correct, like, you know, how I can forgive you, and I hate you. I hate you.
The judge and prosecutors acknowledged the unexpected and last-minute nature of the plea deal and the short notice given to the victims' families. But the judge ultimately accepted the more than 47-year sentence.
It was a product of a plea coming together with the jury in the whole way.
Jacob Fishman.
I am going to follow the negotiation in this case. Not because I think it's the just and true and right thing to do, but because I do believe it reflects the side's assessment of what the risk is.
Oh,
now, Hackett had few words when prompted.
Yeah, they thought there was some holes in the case that he might have been able to beat it. So yeah, they was like, take the 40. Yeah, I mean, listen, 47 years is a long fucking time, Jack. You know, that's a long time.
I want to congratulate this anchor at covering up most of her forehead.
I thought judges are not allowed to even say that. Like, the judges, like, if you make a plea deal, you're saying, I did this. A judge should not be saying, I'm accepting this confession based on the fact that the prosecution thinks there's a risk that.
No, he didn't say that. The judge didn't say that, but I mean, he kind of like said just like the risk. He said the risk of going, to trial. I mean, listen, 47 years is a long fucking time, Jack. And it's not a life sentence, but a life sentence is sometimes less because with a life sentence, you're up for parole after 25 years. This dude at least has to do 47 years or maybe 40 before he gets out. So yeah, it's man. Whack that dude, whack 2 dudes. 2 biracial dudes, man. Biracial on biracial crime, man.
North Haven police are putting out a warning. Thieves are tracking deliveries with expensive electronic devices.
And it's not just happening in that town. Tonight, News 8's Brittany Schaefer spoke with a homeowner who was hit several times.
Unreal. I couldn't believe it. I was flabbergasted.
Thieves target a brand new iPad and iPhone delivered to Ann Sancho's front porch twice in just 2 days. Both incidents caught on camera.
The two items, it was over $3,000. It's very shocking. Because it's never happened in this neighborhood.
The first happened exactly 1 week ago.
FedEx driver delivered a package, and then 3 minutes after that, I saw a gentleman standing over there by the car, walked over the rocks with a hood over his head, picks up the package, and left.
The theft took less than a minute. After speaking to police, Sancho called AT&T to disable the iPhone and iPad and ask for replacements. This time, Sancho made sure he was home during the delivery window, but he wasn't the only one waiting.
There's a gentleman in front of the house with a
Another
hood on.
gentleman.
So as I come downstairs to confront him, asking what is he doing in the neighborhood, he says to me, "Oh, his car broke down." I said, "Where's your car?" He can't tell me where his car is. So I'm talking to him, he's walking away from me.
When Sancho said he was going to call the police, he says the thief ran, and so did Sancho, so he could get a look at the suspect's vehicle. He and his neighbor were able to tell police a description and which direction he was going. Shortly after, North Haven police tell us they arrested Heriberto Perez Cabral. The 26-year-old New York man was charged with fourth-degree criminal attempt to commit larceny and was given a $2,500 bond. North Haven police say there have been a rash of similar crimes in the region recently.
I spoke to the FedEx company, I spoke to AT&T, and they're telling me it's getting worse. Apparently what they're doing is they're getting the tracking numbers from one of the companies, and then they're following the trucks. Make sure you have a camera, and make sure you know when your package is coming so you'll be there.
In North Haven, I'm Brittany Schaefer, News 8.
That was wild, the one where the two got into a fight with each other trying to jack the same package.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And we begin today with a new warning. Thieves going to great lengths to steal copper wire, not only impacting service to some neighborhoods, but putting their own lives at risk.
You believe that? Tonight, WFAA's Teresa Woodard has a new plea from police that if you see something, say something.
And these criminals, they don't care about anything other than themselves.
Bold, brazen, that's one way to describe it. But it is dangerous, potentially deadly. Garland police shared these images of a sudden surge in copper thieves going to great heights.
These cables that are 20, 30 feet above their head, if they cut the wrong cable, they could likely die.
To steal utility lines.
And they're doing it in broad daylight in front of the public.
That's new wire up there because this intersection got hit just a couple of weeks ago. Police say it was 6 o'clock on a Wednesday night when someone parked a.
This is next level shit. This is next level, Jack. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like,
wow. Look at him.
He must be an electrician or something.
Right.
Could be.
This is just a pure glider thing, isn't it?
Oh, he's definitely a crackhead, or no? He's
No,
probably.
this is not a pure glider thing.
I gotta feel like someone would just go out and shoot someone and take their money.
Still in buku copper, but plenty of gliders
yeah,
do
but
it too.
I'm talking about on this. Well, yeah, I know. I know sons steal copper. I know they do that. But this.
Yeah, they don't steal it like this.
From the landlord, they'll steal it, but going up on the.
Yeah. There was an apartment building built in DC, and they were like slow with the production. I guess I don't know. I guess they used black workers or whatever, but it was not like thrown up. You know how like the Ombritos just throw these buildings up. It was taking a long time, and it was like a halt in production, and they came through and stole every piece of copper out of that fucking building. Every single shred. They had to fucking take the whole thing down and start all over again, man. They went into. They didn't leave one shred of copper. It's just because you got to remember the pipes inside the walls, all that's copper. Electricity, all that's copper. It's a bunch of copper in there. So yeah, they will blacks will steal that shit. This right here though, wow, I'm just taken aback by this, man. let's see where this goes.
Utility lines.
And they're doing it in broad daylight in front of the public.
That's New Wire up there because this intersection got hit just a couple of weeks ago. Police say it was 6 o'clock on a Wednesday night when someone parked a U-Haul trailer out here and blocked a lane of traffic. They were loading that U-Haul with the stolen copper cable from up there. They got caught after a police pursuit.
Stop stealing stuff that doesn't belong to you.
This woman lives in Northwest Dallas. Her neighborhood's been hit.
The thieves are back.
Multiple times. It's happened in Fort Worth, Arlington. This video came from a man who lives in southern Dallas's Redbird neighborhood. That's another suspect posing as a worker. Each crime leaves customers without internet and costs providers thousands of dollars.
No, this is not one huge organized crime syndicate. This is individual people committing these types of crimes, and they're doing it right in front of us.
Police say they don't know what started the spike. They do know it needs to stop. In Garland, I'm Teresa Woodard.
God damn. Yo, this is destructive.
I know, right? They pulling a whole damn truck up.
It's not even that valuable. Like, that's why they have to take so much of it, because you need like pounds and pounds of it to get any money.
Isn't it easier just to rob a store? I don't understand.
Yeah, take baby formula or something.
Yeah, walk out with $1,000 worth of stuff and sell it.
Cadillac converters are probably easier. You can get about like $500-$600 a pop on those, man.
They're probably all gone by now.
Iowa.
We begin tonight with breaking news. 2 people are injured after a shooting in Des Moines. It happened about 40 minutes ago on Oak Ridge Drive. KCCI's Pepper Papura is live there tonight. Pepper, it seems like there's still quite a scene behind you.
Pepper, what?
Yes, there is, Kayla. We are here live in the Oak Ridge neighborhood where they just got this scene kind of established. We've been watching as people have been taking photos in response to what police are saying is a shooting that occurred here earlier. Now, they say those 2 people who were injured are believed to have non-life-threatening injuries at this time. The people they believe are responsible, those suspects, fled the area in a vehicle, and there's no longer a threat in this neighborhood, but they are continuing to investigate. I'm going to step out of the way a little bit so you can see we're right here by the basketball courts in this neighborhood, and they have this entire road in front taped off all the way down to the far end.
This looked like a sun area, man.
Yeah, low lighting conditions.
Yeah, it's just apartments, shit.
Have you go ahead and pan this way. Now, we did watch as they set up what appeared to be little tents, assumingly to mark off some evidence towards the end of the neighborhood. We were arriving just as those ambulances and emergency vehicles started to pull away. There was definitely was very clear that this is a very sad night for a lot of people in this neighborhood. Saw a lot of tears, heard a lot of cries as we first came onto the scene. Now, this is a developing situation, and we hope to bring you new details as soon as they are available. But for now, live in Des Moines, Pepper Papura, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
You got the gang in the back chat.
Iowa.
Des Moines.
Oh, Iowa. Wow. They don't play, man. Sons, we serious out here in these streets. Oh yeah, let me get to this Chase Bank thing, man, while we at it, man. It's a scam going on right now with Chase. Let me go to what do they call it? It's Twitter, man. It's a big scam going on. It's going crazy in the hood right now, man. In the stand, man.
As opposed to when it's not.
Yeah. Look at this. It says people trying to scam the JP Morgan Chase Bank. I've seen it all. Like, baby, you can't scam the scammer. So it's let me see if I can find somebody explaining it.
Let's talk about that Chase glitch. So, two things been going on with Chase. Let's talk about that Chase glitch. So, two things been going on with Chase. From what I gather, one is if you have a Chase account and you have a card, you're trying to insert your card into the ATM, is not working. So you're able to, like take your phone and mobile scan. So when you mobile scan, after you complete whatever it is you're doing at the ATM, the window doesn't close out. So if you don't go through all the prompts, somebody can come behind you and just, take money out your account. Why you wouldn't do it to the end, I don't know, but that's how some people been getting scammed. I've been seeing people saying people been putting glue into the card readers so your card don't go all the way in, and then it's gonna prompt you to use your phone, use your tap. That's one. The second one is basically like them approving loans up to, like, I done seen 20K, 90K. I done seen a good amount of numbers, like just hearing it from like different social platforms, Twitter, whatever it may be. You might get through, but the thing is, that shit ain't like, the PPP loan where a lot of people got away with it. If you do that Chase shit and you get all that money and, you don't pay these people back, or that shit shows, Chase will alert every other bank that you try to go to. And you may possibly never be able to get an account. You'll have to fucking keep your money in your pocket or under your mattress. So it's like, in the long run, for the scammers, run that shit up. But like for normal people, man, I wouldn't fuck with it. And that's all the info I got on that Chase shit.
So that's what's happening, man. And
bro, what the fuck, man? I know I shouldn't listen to this shit, man. What the fuck, bro? Bro told me tap in.
This has got to be fake. Come on.
Like, yo, tap in. Hook you up. I'm like, I bet this is my only shit, bro. My only motherfucking account, bro. And they gonna whack this shit. Oh,
All of a sudden, people already did this with Cash App when it had the Cash App clip.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was just about
I
to
think
say
that's fake, but a lot of some people did do that.
See, they are scammers
Why
by
did he think
nature.
it was
They
a
can't
good-
help it.
See, why did he think it was a good idea? Now he's in the negatives, bro. I don't know why people are willingly trying these glitches, not knowing the consequences. Like, dude, are you serious, bro? Come on, common sense is not common.
so this is what it looks like outside the Chase Bank right now, wherever this is. These people trying to
Just a bunch of suns in a line, bro.
Waiting for a glider to
close
tap
the bank.
Yeah.
Looks like the line for the club.
If they don't go to jail for assault or any other the actual violent crimes, they got nothing to worry about here. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't even mess with that. It's like, who are you kidding?
Wow.
How is like a teller at that Chase Bank and just like 30 Sun men come in with hoodies on? Like, how is she supposed to interpret these people as a group? I mean, if that doesn't wake you up, I don't know what will.
Well, they're using the machine.
anymore.
They're using the machine.
That's a good point. Okay.
Yeah, everything is automated. There's no
And
more
these machines
tellers.
are like programmed to be woke.
This one says Chase Money Glitch is about to have you all on felony charges and in generational debt. Insider sources are saying they put you all on to this to hide an insider financial conspiracy. They're going to let that amount of money slide. Nah, it ain't all that.
It makes sense. The white man yet again trying to bring
I
down
told
the
you. I told you.
The fuck?
Bro, I fucking knew it. It's fucking dumbass ATM, bro. Fuck Chase, nigga. I knew not to fuck with Chase. Fuck Chase.
This guy. $36,000. The guy. Oh man. Hey man.
I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
I'm telling you, man.
Fuck, man. They really told me to tap in. Next day I was supposed to clear and look at my account, yo. Bro, what the? This is why I keep my money in a shoebox.
Thing is, this shit's the old scam.
Yeah, it's just anything that's too good to be true is too good to be true, man.
I was gonna take my Hyundai to the bank to take care of that, and there was no car in the driveway.
This is
That's why I don't save no money. You feel me? I just blow it.
They coming after all of you. I know friends of mine. Well, I'm not. Yeah, a couple friends of mine or acquaintances, they try to put me onto this, and I'm like, nope, because ain't no way you finna scam one of the biggest banks in the world for a quick come up. Like, Chase got cameras for a reason, and I'm pretty sure they're one of the highest quality capturing cameras in the world. It's a bank. It's Chase has been chased for many years for a reason. They don't play about their money. They finna get ya. Fast money is not always good money. So
I'm glad
I say run it up. They've been scamming us for the longest.
You said run it up?
Run it up. They've been scamming us. Won't catch me in that shit though.
Hell to the nah, man. If you got unless you got any sense.
I barely got any sleep. This run been personal. Yeah, and they personally about to take your ass to jail. What is my life? Why do I? It is the next morning. I barely got any sleep. This run been personal. Yeah.
It's like a mousetrap. Like they just know the sun brain can't like weigh the risk, the positives versus the negatives. And they just
Look at this guy. He's not a son.
Money always calling. See that? Money always calling.
These are scammers. Scamming is like a big thing now. It's like hustling was back in the day.
One thing I will say is I think Patel's got Sons beat for being like the scammer avatar.
Oh yeah, every Nigerian have
think over
like
Nigerians.
Right.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Exactly. I was about to say, dude.
We'll put Nigerians or Patels either or over FBAs like American Sons.
Oh yeah, definitely. American Sons they're American. They don't have that. They never needed that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a culture. Like over there in Nigeria, they got internet cafes where it's like they're just sitting there all day and just send letters, send emails to Americans. All they need is one to hit. They need one person to bite, and they can feed their family forever.
For a decade in Nigeria?
Yeah, I mean, you get some old person to start giving you money, and once they get invested, and then you tell them they need to get more to get their money back, like, because the way it works is they get you invested in it, and you gotta, and your promise is you getting your return on your investment, but in order to get your return on your investment, you gotta keep giving more and more, and some things keep happening, and you gotta keep giving more and more,
man.
And, it's
gotta be tough.
Oh yeah, and then once you're in, because you gotta think.
You ever see?
What?
My fault. You ever see the guy over in Africa who had a hut and you walk through the doors like a hut on the outside. You walk in that motherfucker, boy. He had it all decked out with all of this high tech gear.
Nah, but I know that they they do that. Like that's a culture. That's like that's their thing. It's not like a fake thing. It's not like something they're born like into that culture. That's all. It's ones of them that want to be that. But it's like how a son would want to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? It's ones of them that want to be that when they grow up and shit. Let's see. What else is going on?
I gotta say that that scam with the Chase Bank, that seems like the kind of thing like some Armenian or someone like that had been running for years, and then maybe had someone in jail that he's told that all about, and it filters into the black community. That kind of stuff. It's like skimmers on or scanners or whatever they call them on swipe cards and stuff. That always starts in that sort of Eastern European corrupt mafia community. They're way ahead on the hacking and all that other stuff, you know.
Fat Man
song shot to #1. Voice known for getting the party started. Fat Man Scoop, whose real name is Isaac Freeman III, died last night after he collapsed during a performance at a concert in Hamden, Connecticut. The Harlem native scored a breakout hit in 1999 with the song Be Faithful. And a few years later, that same song shot to #1 on the chart in the UK. He was perhaps best known for his collaboration with Missy Elliott on a 2006 hit, Lose Control. That feature would earn him a Grammy. Missy Elliott posted a tribute on X today that read in part, "Your impact is huge and will never be forgotten." Fat Man Scoop was also a DJ for New York's hip-hop throwback station, 94.7 The Block. The radio station posted a tribute earlier today with the message, "Tomorrow is never promised, so we have to appreciate the moments we have today." Fat Man Scoop was just 53 years old.
53.
Yeah, they said he drank an energy drink before he got on stage to perform.
Oh yeah,
and they said that's something he never did. He never drank an energy drink, and he said he think
You know, they got drinks at what's that restaurant? God damn, I can't think of it. Is it a restaurant I used to go to? Is it Chick-fil-A? Some restaurant got a drink that they sell that been giving people heart attacks and shit. And it's just a regular like a tea. Forgot the name of it, but it can give if you got heart problems.
I heard about that. Yeah.
I forgot what the name of the restaurant is. Is it Panera? Might be Panera, but anyway, yeah, that energy drink. If you got a bad heart, he looked like he was overweight. Energy drink it can take you out. A lot of people who don't have heart problems could never imagine that an energy drink could take you out. But yeah, when I heard that, I was like, oh, okay. And we don't know his health issues he had. He probably had a lot of health issues. A lot of brothers got health issues, man.
I encourage everyone to watch Dr. Eric Berg's video on it. That shit is poison. They think
I
died from it.
I drink a lot of energy drinks. Cocaine. I don't know.
I mean, somebody's drinking them there in every store. I mean, so it's like,
oh hell yeah. I mean, I drink.
Should y'all see me sometime? When I have my camera on, what's sitting right next to me?
Yeah, if you don't have that issue, if you don't have a heart issue, yeah, drink away, man. Do your thing. Well, man.
You know, the one that was crazy when they came out initially was remember the Four Locos? Initially, people were dying from that shit. I remember that.
Nah.
Hell yeah.
I
The
remember,
FBI
Chief.
is
I smashed 2 of them. I didn't know about it. It was crazy.
They banned them, I think.
Yeah, it's the I forgot what the ingredient in it that makes your heart race. It's like blood thinners and all types of shit. Shit
It's
that thins your
taurine.
blood. Yeah, they got a lot of like thing, and some of the stuff in it is natural, and it thins your blood, and it causes your blood to, like, you know what I'm saying, be race, your heart to race, and people with heart problems can't handle that. So yeah, Fat Man, RIP Fat Man Scoop, man.
The FBI is investigating after 2 Jewish students were attacked on Pitt's campus late last night. Police say the attacker.
Where were you last night, Fisherman?
I was attacking 2 Jewish students at the University of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we know where he was.
The FBI is investigating after 2 Jewish students were attacked on Pitt's campus late last night. Police say the attacker used a glass bottle to hit them in what's believed to be a targeted attack. KDKA's Chillicothe Adele has a reaction from students.
The attack
But they
happened
recycled the
here
glass and got
outside
40
Pitt's
cents.
largest landmark, the Cathedral of Learning. And many students we spoke with today.
I want to see how long before they tell us who it was, because if it's a white guy, they're going to tell us. And if they don't tell us who it is,
Yeah, I hit him 6 million times with that bottle.
Just 1 week into the school year. Friday's attack sent shockwaves through the Pitt community. Alyssa Tyndall and her roommates were hearing bits and pieces.
Our roommates got word from group chats and class group chats and group me's, and we all were just kind of like trying to get as much information as soon as possible, as fast as possible.
Police say 2 officers noticed a group waving for help outside on the Forbes Avenue sidewalk right before 6 p.m. The officers say 52-year-old Jared Buba was being detained by one of the victims. Police say Buba struggled with them to avoid arrest, but they eventually handcuffed him.
One roommate was still walking, like she stayed away from Kathy. We told parents who were coming to stay away from Kathy.
Police say 2 Jewish students were hit by a glass bottle.
This smells
Those
like,
students told
let's
police
try
they
to
were hit
find an
from
anti-Semitic
behind,
angle
one
to
in
this
the
news
neck,
story.
the other on his cheek. One of them said he tackled Buba to the ground. They were both wearing yarmulkes.
Being targeted
stand corrected.
Oh yeah, they were advertising that shit though. So yeah, man, you was advertising your Jewdom.
They're representing their set.
Yeah, throwing it up. They was throwing it up, man.
But
didn't like that.
Did the attacker mention anything about them being Jewish? He could just be some crazy homeless guy, and they're going to turn it into, oh, this is anti-Semitism.
I mean, yeah.
It's weird. It's being painted as a sort of anti-Semitic attack, but they've not yet to list or state anything.
Hey,
that
man,
was
didn't you hear they were wearing yarmulkes automatically?
Yeah,
I don't know if you know this or not, but Jews will make shit up.
You can't get mugged.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
not
you're
without
wearing a
being a
yarmulke, you
hate
can't get
crime.
mugged.
Like, you realize they'll just say it's anti-Semitic just for the sake of creating a victim complex.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, this is what they
It
do.
is their bread and butter.
You really think so, man?
Well,
I
it's
don't know.
like if
I'm
you
waiting to hear
teach
it.
your children like siege mentality from 0 years old, that's a very good way to motivate them to be like super clannish and, you know, succeed using ethnic nepotism.
Hold on, I got
Clearly
a video
working.
I want to show you. I had a video I want to show you guys. I wonder if this is what you guys might be talking about, man.
I think this is probably just some Jewish dudes getting attacked by a sun man. But
That's what I'm
Booba,
saying.
nah,
If you had
Booba
nothing-
is not. Booba ain't no sun man. Jared Booba, nah. Hey,
What if he's not FBA son, man? What if he's a tether?
support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat, man.
Yeah, on this Labor Day, man. This Labor Day weekend for this man that works
Yeah,
hard.
man. Support the damn channel. Let me see. Let's see. All right, here we go. Damn, the fuck?
Money is the only weapon. Money is power. Money is the only weapon that the Jew has to defend himself with.
I must speak with you, all of you.
Much money is lost through sending gold by coach from one country to another. In times of war, it is seized by the enemy. In times of peace, by thieves. You are 5 brothers. I want you each to start a banking business in a different country. One to go and open a house in Paris, one in Vienna, one in London. Choose the most important centers. In your day, there will be many wars in Europe. And nations that have money to transport will come to the Rothschilds because it will be safe. You must stand by one another. No one brother must be allowed to fail while another brother succeeds. Your 5 banking houses may cover Europe, but you will be one firm, one family, the Rothschilds, who work always together.
Work and strive for money. Money is power. Money is the only weapon that the Jew has to defend himself with.
Got me out.
Speechless, right?
Gliders
Speechless indeed.
Why would you be speechless?
I'm asking you, what do you
That's
think
the
about
game
that?
plan in your face.
I mean, this is like water is wet.
Is this a parody though? Like I can't even tell.
It's a movie from back in the day.
Yeah, but is it a parody movie?
No,
They telling you what they did.
No, back in the day, they were pretty upfront about quote unquote
That's a good point.
stereotypes.
That's a good
I watched
point.
a lot
Yeah,
of them old gangster movies and shit. Yeah, they were better. The movies were so much better back then, man.
Like this in its day was just brutal honesty. But if you were to like re-release this in the theater today, it would be seen as a parody.
You couldn't even release
No,
this.
heck, you could not even do it. Not even a 1% of this you couldn't do with this one.
No, but you could release it as like a parody. Like, you get what I'm saying?
No, not a parody.
Okay.
No. They run. They would never let you say what these guys.
No, I mean they went after Harry Potter because they said that the goblins and the banks in the Harry Potter movie were too much akin to Jewish tropes.
No, you guys aren't following me here. Like, I'm saying you could take things like this and release them in a context of like trying to point out that it's obviously not true, and it's just like a white supremacist theory that Jews feel this way and act this way. That's what I'm saying.
Like a Ben Stiller movie?
Borat.
Or like
Yeah,
Adam Sandler?
Or like propaganda.
Hence the Simpsons. How the Simpsons always telling you shit.
Who's going to greenlight that movie? And everybody who would greenlight it is Jewish.
Yes, but the theme of the movie would be to paint white people as racist and anti-Semites by having stuff out like this that, you know, pushes propaganda that Jews, you know, act a certain way. That's my point.
I don't know.
I wonder if this was produced with earnest intent, wherein they're trying to justify their sort of, we're forced to become the bankers and the lenders, and that's why we have to do this, but we will be a
Yeah, they
family
always
when
have
we
an
do it."
angle. They always
It's
have an
like
angle
virtue.
where they're justified in doing what they're doing.
I wonder if that's how this got made, is what I'm saying.
Khazars.
Or
Right.
maybe it was just for like Louis B. Mayer's 50th birthday party that did this as a joke, you know.
Well, lucky for the Jews crew, some people invented banks, you know?
That's true. Some people did invent banks, man. That's what they told my homeboy came home from jail, told me that.
They invented everything.
Just about everything.
We wouldn't be here if it weren't for those banks.
Let's see. Pittsburgh is live tonight.
A man is dead and 2 people are critically injured after a shooting in the city. KDKA's Ricky Sayer is live at Pittsburgh Police Headquarters with the very latest. Hey, Ricky.
Well, right now, police do not have a suspect in custody. They say a man ran from the scene in Uptown, but that was after shooting 3 people. And we know one of those individuals has died. That was right next to the Family Link Center at 5th and Vine. One witness I spoke with said they heard at least 2 or 3 minutes of gunfire. Police say when they arrived, they found 3 people had been shot. Along with the man who died, there was also another man and a woman who were shot. Police say they're both in critical condition with serious injuries. They were both immediately taken into surgery. The witnesses police spoke with said there was some sort of altercation taking place between the victims and the man before he began shooting. Police say the man then ran north toward the Hill District. The mobile crime unit was processing evidence on the scene. They recovered shell casings and got a look at security camera footage. One neighbor I spoke with said this specific section of 5th Avenue near the Shell gas station has been a problem for a significant period of time. They want to see more police in the area, and will also say that nearby Duquesne University also sent out an alert to students saying gunshots were heard near the campus a few blocks away. They were told to secure doors and silence cell phones. Again, to recap, 1 person was killed in this shooting and 2 others were critically injured. Live outside of police headquarters, Ricky Sayer, KDK TV News.
Diversity is our strength.
Yeah, man. Without a doubt.
I'd like to see more diversity in donations here.
Yo, we all look. We all bring something to the table, you know.
Yeah, I mean, look. The migrants are bringing this. Migrants might take. If this is a black job crime, the migrants might take this black job, man.
Well, look, man.
Wicked's about to dip on that note.
Well, look. This is the thing. You know, the oldest profession. You know, someone's got to do it. You know. We are. A lot of dudes don't got games, so they might as well pay for it. You know.
Yeah, man.
We begin here at 4 o'clock with this. Chicago police revealing new surveillance photos of the gunman who opened fire inside the White Palace Grill while delegates from the DNC were inside.
WGN's Julian Cruz is live in the South Loop with those images. Julian.
That's him?
What?
The fuck?
Those images, Julian.
Well, Ben and Lourdes, no injured delegates in last week's terrifying incident and no indication whatsoever that the delegates were being targeted by the gunman, but Chicago police are looking for your help. Detectives are searching for the gunman who left his unidentified victim at last report in fair condition.
That's not really good. That's scary. That's really scary.
David Shanahan struck by the brazenness of the alleged shooter who opened fire in a crowded White Palace Grill restaurant, police say, just before 3 o'clock Friday morning, leaving his victim in fair condition. The aggravated battery with the handgun suspect, identified by Chicago police as a 25 to 30-year-old black male weighing 120 to 200 pounds, wearing a blue ball cap and black T-shirt with the word officer in white letters. The suspect may also be seen wearing a bronze-colored security badge on his right hip, wearing white gym shoes. Nearby residents Tuhina Tyler and Jaden Ray alarmed by the news.
So I try to make sure that I'm inside of my house or like inside of a safe space by a good time before it gets dark.
Police say the subject then fled the scene heading northbound in this silver Ford Focus. Now, if you have any information or you know who the gunman is, you're asked to call Chicago police. In the South Loop, Julian Cruz, WGN News.
The South Loop is like a fucking hellhole, apparently, from what I've seen too.
Why do you say that?
Just like dudes like this running, not like him necessarily, but like the fucking, crackheads and fucking.
Just say blacks.
And,
say blacks, and then we.
Yeah, well, that's clear. I don't even. That goes without saying, but it's also a lot of Hispanics too. So.
Yeah, is there a lot of Hispanics in South?
Yo.
From what I've seen.
Oh, I don't really go over there. It's too dangerous for me.
I just pass through it. Yeah.
I don't even stop at stop signs over there.
It's that's right by a homeless shelter. One of the biggest ones in the city is right there on Canal. So there's a lot of like mentals and homeless.
Oh,
and
a lot of
like
migrants are there too. Actually,
yeah, it's a migrant. Yeah, because they got a migrant makeshift little bus warming place over there too. So it's a lot of
Right
bullshit.
down Canal, actually, right? Like 2 blocks
Yep.
from that grill, actually. I remember.
Yep.
Wow.
Hey, you remember that one security guard in Chicago that in a camera he took his partner's gun and started unloading on a dude?
And killed the
he couldn't have.
lady.
He killed the lady like a block and a half away.
Yeah,
I wonder what happened to that.
I think they grabbed him. They had grabbed him, but
Well, they
that
got
guy,
him,
you
yeah.
remember, he couldn't. He was a felon, so he had like a fake gun.
Yo, that strip still hot as hell though. That's 35th. That shit is terrible.
Yeah. That's like a block away from headquarters for the police. Think about
Police and fire headquarters.
It don't matter. Yeah, nothing matters, man. Wow. Let's see what's going on here.
Tonight, the city kicked off the holiday weekend with a summer celebration, taking back the block in Humboldt Park, showing residents the resources that are available to them.
WDN's Jenna Barnes is live with that story. Jenna.
Hi, Micah and Ray. The city kicking off Labor Day weekend with a block party that comes with a mission to reduce gun violence and make Humboldt Park safer. The fun games and delicious food may be the draw. 10-year-old Caitlin Vasquez sure has her favorite.
The snow cones.
But her great-grandmother brought her to this block party with a dream for Caitlin's future.
Able to buy a house, stay in her community, and of course accept everybody and be a good neighbor.
That's why she listened as Mayor Brandon Johnson celebrated the work of his Take Back the Block initiative. It's visited many neighborhoods in the city this summer, and Friday at Spalding and Lemoyne, it connected Humboldt Park neighbors with city services and resources with the goal of reducing and preventing violence.
Systems of failures have been the prevailing form of governance for too long in this city. And that's why it's incumbent upon all of us to recognize that whether you are a high school principal, students at Low Elementary School, the police department, the fire department, the community-based organizations, our religious organizations, it is going to take all of us.
Alderperson Jesse Fuentes grew up just a block and a half from here.
We want families to know the government at all times is willing to show up and show out for them.
And let them know about the community-based organizations.
Yeah, he blamed it. He said systems of failure. He blamed it on the system.
That motherfucker been blaming Richard Nixon for like the past 2 months.
Yeah.
No bullshit. He's
But
really
look-
been blaming Nixon.
Yeah, but look, I blame the Chinese for inventing gunpowder, though. Think about it. Yo,
Right.
if you have a death wish, if you
That
wanna
was blacks.
if you want to delete yourself, right? Go to West Humboldt Park, go to Chicago Avenue and Hamlin, and rob the dice game. You're gonna have 3 guns on you. You're gonna die.
hey, was that when old boy got caught on video robbing a dice game and they fucking like
Yeah.
and they
And
started to like they went in
Yeah.
the car and started pulling out guns.
Yo,
and
this son man robbed the game, and it was a camera watching it. You see all these son man dispersed. One of them goes to like the wheel well of a car. Another one pops his hood.
Bro,
The
some
trunk.
some people arrived late and just went and pulled their gun out to shoot him.
right. Yo, I
They
think
didn't
I
even
saw
know what
someone come out
happened.
of sewer.
Yeah, bro, they didn't even know what happened. They started shooting them.
That's one thing
Yo,
with some
yo.
people that I've observed a lot is like the eagerness to become involved in a fight or something that's
Facts.
going on.
It's a dangerous place, West Humboldt Park. Very dangerous place.
Wow. Seems like everywhere's dangerous up there, man.
True.
You know it's danger if it's more than 3.
How does
Bro, whenever a fight breaks out, like suns will form like a circle around it naturally. It's just like happens.
Oh yeah. Well, that we get excited.
Oh yeah.
We get charged up by watching violence.
It's like therapy for you guys. It's just like a normal thing.
Maybe we need a
Yeah.
coliseum in the Sun neighborhoods.
But here's the thing: like, it probably makes sense for us to be, because there's going to be violence. If we're there, it's going to be violence. What if we were like neurotic about violence? That would be hell, because it's always going to be violence. Why not be?
Yeah, you just
why
get
wouldn't we
picked off.
evolve- Yeah, why wouldn't we evolve to be, to enjoy violence.
That makes a lot of when you it makes so much sense.
Scary,
though.
yeah.
Sons evolved around sons, man. It makes complete sense.
There's
It's kind of how
going to
Fabian
be
has
violence.
described it.
Yeah, there's going to be violence when we're around. Trust me. Let's see what this is.
We're beginning our broadcast now in Orangeburg County. That's where 23-year-old Tyler Givens was sentenced to life in prison today for the murder of a Benedict College student. The case centered around a shooting at a house party back in 2019 where 20-year-old Donovan Smalls was shot to death. Today's decision comes 6 months after the first case ended in a mistrial. Victoria Samuels is outside the courthouse tonight with the details.
Today was a very emotional day in court here in Orangeburg County for the family members and loved ones of Tyler Givens and Donovan Smalls after a jury of Givens' peers found him guilty for the murder of Smalls in 2019. The judge then...
Yeah, her and Bria make a dynamic duo.
Yeah, I don't know. Bria don't wear shit like that though. Bria know how to dress for a big girl.
Yeah, you'll need 2 cameras though.
Lighting lens.
What's for lunch, guys?
Yeah, she need to holler at Bria because this ain't it, baby. Nah.
Sentence given to a life sentence.
They're filming from across the street.
Sometimes for an entire week, and I see nothing but young men like Mr. Givens doing the same thing, and it's sad and it's frustrating and it breaks my heart for all the families. But there's a generation of young men that half of them are going to be dead and half of them are going to be in jail, and I don't understand.
20-year-old Benedict College student Donovan Smalls was murdered at a house party in 2019 after a woman fired her gun, setting off a chain of reactions, which led to others firing their weapons as well. Given
That judge so wanted to say black kids too.
Party in 2019 after.
How you gonna say 50 going to jail
That's a
and
fucking
50%
Klingon.
dead, bro?
That is a fucking Klingon.
Interesting bone instructor, Dr. Ock.
That brow ridge is crazy.
I could never get my shirt that white.
This guy though,
You don't have the right contrast.
I think
he might not have. Listen to what happened.
Donovan Smalls was murdered at a house party in 2019 after a woman fired her gun, setting off a chain of reactions, which led to others firing their weapons as well. Givens fired his weapon, and one of those bullets hit Smalls, who was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead. Back in February, a judge declared the case a mistrial after law enforcement didn't share evidence with the defense before proceedings began. Smalls' mother, Crystal Matthews, says it has been a long journey to get to this day.
Wow. Something I've been waiting for since April 14th, 2019, is to find the person who's guilty who murdered Donovan. And now we have that, and it's just like, wow, it's finally here. I'm happy that he's going to spend the rest of life in prison, but I'm still sad because I don't have my son. I don't have Donovan. No matter what, I don't have Donovan. So I still have to live for Donovan and be a voice to other persons or mothers who are in the same position that I am.
Before the verdict, we saw video footage of partygoers escaping from the scene, and witness testimony was replayed for the jury. Smalls' mother pleaded for the judge to seek the maximum penalty. Matthews says she hopes the life sentence will prevent this from happening to other parents.
The reason why I want the maximum sentence is because I don't get to talk to Donovan ever again. I never get to touch Donovan. I never get to hear his voice, only through videos that we've received from him or have from him. But nothing else. We create no new memories.
I spoke with Crystal Matthews, who is Donovan Smalls' mother, who was able to share with me that they have started a scholarship at Benedict College in honor of her son, and that scholarship will be available for students who want to pursue a career much like her son in engineering. In Orangeburg, Victoria Samuels, News 19, WLTX.
Yo, how the fuck you get a life sentence for that?
Though she said she's asking for it. He ain't been sentenced yet. He only been found guilty.
It's quite crazy, isn't it, how bad some women want the justice system to drop the hammer when it's their son, huh? Like it really is.
Yes.
Like they turn into fishermen all of a sudden. When it's their son, they become fishermen. But when it's someone else, take that son out of jail. We got to march in the streets. All this bullshit.
Oh man, I thought they said he got a life sentence. I was about to say, y'all, we need to sign the start the petition for this son, man. We don't watch motherfuckers on camera straight shoot a motherfucker in close range over a box of fucking bubble gum and get fucking 8 years or probation or EM shit.
Time served.
Right. We need to free him shit.
Yeah.
This
Tonight,
woman.
Gamecock women's basketball star Ashlyn Watkins is free on bond after being charged with assault and kidnapping. She was arrested following an incident at a housing complex on campus on Lincoln Street. Our Cassidy Beyer has the latest.
Ashlyn Watkins is known as one of the stars of USC's national championship basketball team. She's a Columbia native and is an All-American.
Oh no, she can hoop.
Oh shit!
Wait! I didn't know this happened, bro. She was like You remember her, Ock, right? She was the star player coming off the bench and shit for South Carolina. She athletic shit. Yeah.
She's gonna be a star next year.
Female of the species.
We need some divestors on this channel, man. We need more diverse opinions to explain what this fucking son Shaniqua is doing.
Right, domestic violence. You know, there's a lot of domestic violence with
whooping a bitch's ass. That's what she's doing.
Yeah,
the L community.
Yeah, they have way more than
they fight and do crazy shit to each other like crazy. I'd have
That's
been
because-
on multiple domestic dyke fucking homicides. It's crazy.
They had another picture of her arm. She looked like a fucking extraterrestrial.
She does right here. Look at that head.
Well, I mean, her arms go down to like her ankles.
Yeah. I think there's more violence in the lesbian community because there's twice as many people that need their clocks cleaned. I can't believe it.
Yeah, who's
You got
going to
the
take
testosterone
accountability?
coursing
You got
through
two
this
women.
one too.
I missed that.
She's a Columbia native and was an All-American at Cardinal Newman High School. But earlier Saturday morning, she was arrested on a charge of first-degree assault and kidnapping for what police say happened at 650 Lincoln Street, a USC student housing center on campus. According to a warrant from USC campus police, they, along with firefighters, responded to a fire alarm there. The warrant states the alarm was pulled by the victim attempting to flee from Watkins. Prior to pulling the alarm, the warrant claims Watkins forcefully grabbed the victim's face, pulled her by her arms, pushed her, picked her up against her will, and carried her away. The warrant states the incident was captured on
just a
video
nightmare.
surveillance. The victim's injuries were described as non-life-threatening. Watkins was then transported to the Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center. Saturday afternoon, News 19 attended Watkins' bond hearing, where no cameras were allowed. In court, prosecutors said both Watkins and the victim, who was referred to as a minor, knew each other. Watkins' attorney, Todd Rutherford, says they're asking for the public's patience at this time.
We believe that once everybody has a full grasp of what happened, that this will end up being a misunderstanding. What we know for certain is that Ashlyn did not assault anyone, and she certainly did not kidnap anyone.
The judge granted Watkins a $30,000 PR bond, which means she didn't have to pay to be released from jail. As a condition of the bond, she's not allowed to have contact or be within 1,000 yards of the victim. News 19 has confirmed her next court appearance is set for October 25th. Cassidy Beyer, News 19, WL.
Hold on. How old is this girl? Because she was what was she like last year? A sophomore or something, right?
Yeah, she's probably 20, 21.
Oh, so she just fucking with like a little 17-year-old chick?
Yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah.
That's
trying
kind
to
of
turn
weird.
her out.
There ain't no trying. She definitely fucking her.
Yeah. Yeah, Ashlyn ain't taking no for an answer, man. Man, oh man.
That's how a lot of those incidents happen.
Now, in Des Moines Station, a new report released revealing the innocent victims of a shootout involving police and the men who hijacked a UPS truck were killed by officer gunfire. New at 10, the Night Team's Nicole Ensalada spoke to the family of the UPS driver who lost his life. She now joins us live in Miramar with the exclusive. Nicole.
And, you know, Lynn, there was so much speculation about that. We all remember that wild shootout here in Miramar, in this intersection, Miramar Parkway and Flamingo Road, back 5 years ago. And now the Florida Department of Law Enforcement has tried to piece all of this together. This is the information that went to the grand jury. And although it sounds very jarring to hear that police officers were the ones who shot these innocent victims, the family says it's something that they already suspected.
I just can't imagine in my head how he was feeling. You know, my brother had kids, so I can't imagine the moment that he was literally in front of death.
UPS driver Frank Ordonez undoubtedly just wanted to survive that day back in December 2019 when his UPS truck was commandeered by 2 fleeing robbery suspects. And now we learn the bullets that killed him, according to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, came from police after the truck was cornered in a jam-packed intersection.
They should have held back. And obviously the report says it all.
The FDLE report describes the chaos that day. For an hour, police from Miami-Dade and other jurisdictions in South Broward tried to stop the fleeing truck after the robbers stole it in Coral Gables. According to the report, at 5:23, dispatchers told police, "Attention all units, do not approach the vehicle." Again, attention all units, do not approach the vehicle. The subject has shot at units multiple times. 12 minutes later at Miramar Parkway and Flamingo Road. He is boxed in now. He is boxed in with all the traffic. Definitely no way out now. Not for him there. Have Pines and Miramar not let any traffic through the intersection on Flamingo. Any units here go to the intersection and stop all traffic there. Shots fired, shots fired, shots fired. Crossfire, crossfire, crossfire. Seek cover, seek cover. Investigators say one witness was very sure that the first shots came from the subject inside the UPS truck, and then bedlam.
Gunfire there coming in and out, a number of shots.
Officers spotted at first rushing, guns drawn to the passenger side of the truck. And according to the report, several officers fired nearly 200 rounds. Witnesses described the mayhem, one telling police about rounds hitting his daughter's car seat, another a driver's headrest, and yet another saying there were bullets everywhere. The suspects, Ordonez, and a driver, Richard Cutshaw, just sitting in his car.
The suspect from his... Oh, God.
Why is it always them?
Wait, hold. You're surprised, Ag?
No, I remember this, but I forgot who the suspects was. I remember when it was happening.
I remember this too because I was watching your channel then. You did this shit back then. So I remember this, but I definitely don't remember the suspects, bro.
When did this happen?
I did it when I did it.
No. I think we do remember. I think you said Buddy on the right looked like Terrell Owens or some shit.
Okay, I couldn't remember because I remember it was early on, so they might not have had all of the facts.
It was early on, but you covered this bitch. I was with you.
You were in the car. You were in the car still, right? 2019.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. This is crazy, man. This is wow, man.
Can you imagine if the cops would have let them go with him and they would have killed them? Then what? Oh, the cops let him go. Now he's dead. Like, you can't win, man.
Bro, look, check it out. That shit was a carjacked UPS car. Them motherfuckers was shooting at the police. There was no reports that he was still in there. The fucking guy. Yeah, that shit got wild as hell. But like in a shootout, bro, shootouts get wild, bro. Like, and then they said over 200 rounds. Shit was like 30 officers out there. You do the math. That's not that many rounds per officer.
Right. And also, like, these guys are literally acting like cowboys. So their behavior is being matched by the cops. It was not. I get the family being upset. They're the family.
Well, they should say what they mean. They should say, look, these some men are the reason that my loved one is dead, but we want money from the cops, from the city. That's what they're saying.
Fair enough. Yeah. Like, I'd respect that if they just said it in plain English that way.
Yeah, because
Florida tricky though. Florida tricky. Port St. Lucie, they killed Buddy through the garage, and they tried to give him some money at first. The family took it to court, and them motherfuckers offered him like $1 or some shit.
Damn.
And according to the report, several officers fired nearly 200 rounds. Witnesses described the mayhem, one telling police about rounds hitting his daughter's car seat, another a driver's headrest, and yet another saying there were bullets everywhere. The suspects, Ordonez, and a driver, Richard Cutshaw, just sitting in his car, would all die of bullet wounds. Four Miami-Dade law enforcement officers, Jose Mateo, Leslie Lee, Richard Santa Esteban, and Rodolfo Mirabal, would all be indicted facing...
Wow. That's
Damn.
insane.
Not a single white man in sight in this whole ordeal, man. Holy smokes.
That's insane that they...
Hold on, they indicted all those officers?
Yeah.
Nah, that ain't going. I don't think that stuck. Couldn't have.
I mean, that glider died too, right? So 2 people died, right?
Ordonez and a driver, Richard Cutshaw, just sitting in his...
Richard Cutshaw is the glider.
Yeah, Richard died.
Richard Cutshaw.
Yeah, he died, yeah.
Can't catch a break, glider.
Just sitting in his car, would all die of bullet wounds. Four Miami-Dade law enforcement officers, Jose Mateo, Leslie Lee, Richard Santa Esteban, and Rodolfo Mirabal, would all be indicted facing manslaughter charges. The report says of the rounds fired, UPS driver Ordonez was hit by bullets from all 4 officers.
Wow.
Cutshaw by bullets.
Shit. They was flaming that truck up. Yeah, damn. They did what they had to do, man.
Wait, the glider got lit up like that? Or the
Nah, the Ombrito got hit with all 4.
Yikes. That's tough. That's tough.
Rounds fired. UPS driver Ordonez was hit by bullets from all 4 officers. Cutshaw by bullets from Rodolfo Mirabal. The pain still unbearable for the family of Frank Ordonez.
They could have waited. Like, this could have been all avoided.
And those memories just don't go away. It's the same movie. You can play it back over and over again, and it's the same movie, it's the same outcome.
Seemed like the cops was trying to save.
Indeed.
Man.
Same outcome indeed. Every day. He got no idea how true what he said is.
So they got indicted. Did they actually get convicted of that?
Yeah, I don't know. They probably still going to court if
they're in the system now.
Or they beat it, yeah.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
One thing I'd like to comment though is like
closure for the
all of those officers were not gliders, right? So like they're not afraid as much as shooting minorities because they themselves are minorities, right?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, that plays a part for sure.
Well, I mean, look, you could kill them, breed them for sure.
Yeah, but like in all actuality,
you in a tough spot. You kill someone.
Yeah, but in all actuality, don't nobody want to fucking discharge their weapon.
Nah.
You got to go through so much shit after you fucking shoot somebody. It's so annoying, bro. So everybody be trying not to, bro. But like
let's be real. If there's like 5 cop cars full of gliders chasing 2 black men in a car like that, you know, in the back of their mind, they're thinking about it. Like, oh shit,
no, yeah. Ever since 2020, like a lot of like glider cops have been like on some second guessing themselves. And then you got the Sonya Massey shit. Where so it just be like, it's to each his own, bro. Like each person is different, but the same ones, yeah, they know in the back of their mind that if they do some shit in our department, it'd be like, if we do some shit, we're the next Van Dyke. So you know.
Right. But even with what he just said, you have cops from all backgrounds still risking their life to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying, Chief?
Oh yeah.
Still. That's what this is, and these men are being demonized for political reasons to the detriment of our public safety, Chief.
Yeah, it's not something they can control. Like the cops can't help the fact that Sun men just do what Sun men do.
Salute to Muramasa, man. He says, I mean, look at the Federal Reserve. Majority are small hats. Yeah. That's very much true.
You woke up Fisherman with that one. Fisherman jumped out of his chair.
Yeah, Fisherman. Yeah. Shout out to Muramasa, man. He says Jack Crispy, man, Outlander. Shout out to Jack Crispy, Outlander, man.
Family at the center of a 2022 Amber Alert involving twin toddlers that gained regional attention. Today, a federal judge sentenced Nala Jackson to more than 20 years behind bars after pleading guilty to 2 federal kidnapping charges. NBC4's Anna Hoffman was in the courtroom today, and she joins us now live outside federal court with the latest. Anna?
Jared, Judge Michael Watson called this entire situation deeply troubling. He sentenced Jackson to 23 years in prison. Jackson did give a lengthy statement, though, before the judge gave that sentence, and she was crying the entire time. Almost 2 years after an Ohio Amber Alert sent shockwaves around the region, the woman at the center of it has learned her fate. Nala Jackson will spend 23 years in prison after pleading guilty to federal kidnapping charges. No cameras are allowed inside federal court, but Jackson repeatedly said she was sorry for what she did. Jackson admitted to being, quote, high out of her mind on meth at the time of the incident. She claimed she was looking for a warm place to sleep when she saw the running car and did not see the boys in the back seat. This happened on one of the coldest nights of the year. Police say Jackson stole the car outside of a Short North pizza shop. One of the boys was found the next day outside the Dayton airport. In court Tuesday, Jackson claimed she was trying to do the right thing by dropping the boys at a safe place. But when she saw airport police, she says she got scared and only grabbed one baby. The other was found days later in the car in Indianapolis. Federal prosecutors said the second twin had been alone in that car for more than 48 hours when he was found by Good Samaritans. Prosecutors say he was treated for severe dehydration and rash.
Yeah, bitch, you gotta do 23 years in prison. Fuck you, bitch.
Months after the kidnapping, the first twin died. Prosecutors say the second twin suffers from a seizure disorder. They are not sure if it is a side effect from being left alone in the cold. Jackson's attorney did detail her long history of mental health struggles.
She killed one of the twins and the other one got permanent.
Nah, that bitch knows she could have just dropped them fucking kids off at a fucking hospital or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, ain't nobody finna ask you no questions. All these hospitals was liberal as fuck. They would have been like, oh, thank you.
Like, you're not even wrong. Like, you don't even have to be dramatic to like correctly describe what would happen as true.
And substance abuse. Jackson said today in court, quote, it was never my intention to harm those babies. I think about it every day. I want the family to know how sorry I am, and that's not who I am, end quote. Judge Michael Watson replied, quote, your out-of-body experience led to a nightmare for this family. Jackson will have 5 years of supervised release after she is released from prison. She will also be required to register as a sex offender. No one from the twins' family was available for comment today, and neither lawyer wanted to go on camera. Local for you in downtown Columbus, I'm Anna Hoffman. And
Columbus be giving you some shit, man.
Hey, they hiding a part of the story.
What's that?
Why would she have to register as a sex offender? They ain't tell us nothing about no assault. She did something to those babies.
They never explained how the baby died either, because they said it was the first baby, and the second one was the one that got left in the cold for 2 days.
Yeah, man, she did. She did something to those babies, bro.
Wow. It was too bad to even mention in the story.
The killer gets to see his family regardless, whether he's out of jail or in jail. My brothers will never see their family again.
Less than 12 hours after 10 TV shared her story, the man accused of shooting Letitia Shaver, killing 2 security guards and injuring another person, was arrested today by the U.S. Marshals. Shaver had hoped by sharing her story last night it would lead to today's arrest. This morning, those marshals arresting Jaquez Hoover, wanted for 2 counts of murder in connection to that shooting at a downtown club.
He'd been on the run for more than 2 months. 10 TV's Carly Dion spoke to one of the 4 people shot that night and was the first to bring you her story last night at 11. She joins us live now from the nightclub where that shooting occurred after just speaking with the victim again this afternoon. And likely an emotional day for her and others connected to this, Carly, but finally some justice for them could be coming soon.
Yeah, absolutely, Yolanda, Andrew. It's been a very emotional day for Letisa Shaver, as well as the family and friends of those two other victims who did not survive, Kaylin Smith and Desmond Taylor. I met up with a group of them earlier this afternoon, and they shared with me they all can now breathe a sigh of relief. Now, Shaver tells me the incident started when 26-year-old Jaquez Hoover attempted to get into the club that night with a gun. The security guard at the front door turned him away, and an argument ensued. Hoover then walked away, but minutes later he returned and opened fire on 4 employees who worked.
Shit, man. Yo, sons of ass hats, man.
Wait. He got pissed off that they didn't let him in the club with a gun.
Yep. The assholes, just complete and utter.
Bro, they didn't even call the police
tells
on
me-
you or nothing. They just said you can't come in with the gun. Just put it up. You good after that.
Yep. And for that, they had to die.
Now breathe a sigh of relief. Now, Shaver tells me the incident started when 26-year-old Jaquez Hoover attempted to get into the club that night with a gun. The security guard at the front door turned him away, and an argument ensued. Hoover then walked away, but minutes later he returned and opened fire on 4 employees who worked there. Shaver shared with me yesterday he looked her in her eyes as he shot her. And today, knowing he is finally behind bars, she finds comfort in knowing justice
Somebody got to mute themselves, whoever typing like that, man.
is being served.
My brothers got justice. Like, you don't even understand how happy I am. My brothers can rest peacefully now. Like, their families can rest peacefully now. Like, it's God. God works in mysterious ways.
Shaver also tells me she plans to be at every single court hearing for Hoover, along with several other family members and friends who are also impacted by this. I'll have the full story coming up tonight at 11. Live in downtown Columbus, Carly Dion, 10 TV News.
Isn't that a weird situation to use God in?
Hella weird, man. God killed your brother so that he could get that guy in jail.
Bro, that's fucking weird, bro. Like, what are you talking about? And how are they resting peacefully, bro? They died a horrific fucking death. A senseless, horrific death. Like, that's not a peaceful. Like, we're not resting peaceful. I'm pissed off if I die like that.
I don't understand. Like, how do these sons think they're just going to? They think that like they're going to be allowed to break rules and things are just going to work out. And when it doesn't happen, they're like offended by that. It's like, what have they been? What has this kid been doing his entire life? He's just been getting away with like breaking every rule ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every rule is fucking bent, curved, slanted for some people our entire fucking lives. And when they get told no, they don't understand. No accountability. They can't read the room. We can't connect dots. It's just fucking chaos. The society that we're living in was not meant for us.
Well, hold on. Let me push back on that. When they're told no by other Sun people, though, then they understand. So I think fundamentally they understand that. Like,
no, it's not about the color. It's about the position. If you're in a position of any type of authority or power or say so, it's always going to be a pushback. Some people get into it with the police. They get into it with the teacher. They get it with the librarian. They get into it with the bus driver.
Lifeguard.
They get into the lifeguard. They get into it with anybody of authority, or they have some type
Mall
of
cop.
Yes, anything, anything.
Paul Blart. Paul Blart wasn't a realistic movie, man, because he didn't get fucking shit from some people all the time. Man.
Lake County authorities have arrested a woman in the murder of a 9-year-old girl.
That's right. Tyshell Martin was dating and at times living with the girl's father, but Martin is the only one charged. West 2 News investigative reporter Greg Fox has the disturbing details about this case.
No answer at this home in a middle-class neighborhood near Lake Apopka's North Shore,
But the Lake County Sheriff's Office says inside, 9-year-old Jamaria Sessions was tortured, beaten, burned, bitten, and kicked until she died June 17.
There's just really no way to wrap one's mind around this. When you read this type of abuse and this type of behavior, there's no answers. No matter what type of answers we get, it's not going to explain it. It's not going to account for it. It's just literally unfathomable.
I already have a private attorney.
You have a private attorney? Okay.
34-year-old Tyshale Martin has been arrested and charged with murder. She's the girlfriend of the child's father, who so far is not a suspect in this deadly abuse case. The girl attended Grassy Lake Elementary School with at least one of her siblings. I talked with some of the neighbors here, and they didn't want to talk to us on camera, but they did say that it was not unusual for animal control and law enforcement to be here at this home. The arrest affidavit reveals some answers. Security cameras in the home not only captured physical abuse, but at one point, Sessions being viciously attacked by the family pet, a 103-pound male Rottweiler, as Jamaria was just out of frame. However, Tyshale Martin could be seen holding the leash of the dog and is heard encouraging the dog to bite Jamaria Sessions as Jamaria laid on the floor. Detectives say the home's security videos show constant abuse.
They got the act of Tyshale Martin severely, savagely beating Jamaria in the nights leading up to her death.
Martin is being held without bond, pending her.
She just, her head is up. She's not like head down, trying to hide her head up,
Not
shoulders
crying.
back, square into the camera, attitude.
Yeah, she looking like that's
Raymond
my
next
word.
month.
This is why we need we need to bring torture back.
Well, here's the thing: like most sons, like run on two different states. The first state is how do I get that, and the second state is like why am I being treated this way, and that's like the only thing they can really do. They just like they can't put it together. It's like, hey, if you kick a baby or you kill it, you're gonna be in prison.
Yeah, I don't even care. Like
In Lake County.
I don't care about correcting behavior. I think the term like what do they used to call Department of
Restorative
Correction?
justice.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like it's not about correcting the behavior. It's about retribution. This woman should be tortured to death for torturing a child to death. Whether her behavior changes or not, like I get what you're saying, but I just think that like even if it doesn't work, like there should be some amount of like revenge people can get when stuff like this happens.
Yeah.
County, Greg Fox, West 2 News.
West 2 News tried to speak with Jamar.
And how is the father not charged in this? That's crazy.
If you charge that father, man.
All right, a Fox
That's her right there, Jamaria.
35 News exclusive. 9-year-old Jamaria Sessions was found dead back in June in Montverde. Fox 35 News first brought you the story then as deputies were trying to figure out how she died. And tonight, they say they have some tragic answers.
Deputies say this woman beat the little girl and instructed her dog to attack her. Fox 35's Marie Edinger joins us live now. So, Marie, this woman was the girlfriend of the young girl's dad?
That's exactly right. Deputies are calling this the worst case of abuse they have ever seen in Lake County. Jamaria Sessions had two grandmothers who she'd stayed with in the past, and we spoke exclusively with both of them today.
That's a baby. That's a baby. A beautiful little girl not gone.
Where the fuck was y'all, man? Where was y'all, man?
9-year-old baby. 9.
9-year-old Jamaria Sessions was found dead in June. Now we know she was tortured and brutally beaten, allegedly by her father's girlfriend, Tyshale Martin.
This is the worst case of aggravated child abuse we've ever seen.
Martin's arrest affidavit says while her other kids watched, she sicked her 103-pound Rottweiler on Jamaria, then kicked and beat her.
There was no reason to hurt my granddaughter.
The home was full of security cameras, which deputies say caught the attacks on video. In one video, Martin is heard saying, "I'm fixing to kill her," according to the affidavit.
The world needs to know evil when they see it, so her picture needs to be everywhere. If I had the money, I would invest in a billboard in every state So
The sheriff's office says that was far from the first instance of abuse. Martin is accused of beating her as a form of punishment and making her run with her hands above her head.
I don't have the words to describe it. It's unimaginable and completely inhumane.
So where was Jamaria's father? The sheriff's office says he left the home because he and Martin were fighting. His daughters have lived with each of their grandmothers in the past. Both told me today they want custody of the children. And now they want maximum punishment for the woman accused of killing their granddaughter.
You gotta explain to her sister what happened to her sister. She's not gonna understand that. She's only 6 years old.
the justice that she deserves is not what the state does.
No one else has been charged in this case, though the Lake County Sheriff's Office says the investigation is active.
You can't get the dad for neglect? I mean, leaving him with that bitch?
Why did she record herself doing all this? Is she that stupid?
Camera. It was on the cameras. It was on the doorbell and shit, the Ring doorbell.
Yeah, that's her cameras, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like some people don't think past that one. They don't know that that can be subpoenaed and all the other shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like, it's just impulse.
So we've been talking about football all morning, and fans across America are excited as the new season gets underway, as we all are. But recent headlines show the potential risk of young people playing football, and there are calls by parents for additional protection. Carter Evans has the story.
It's a high school gathering no one wanted to see, a memorial for 15-year-old Robert Gillen. The Florida teen died from a possible cardiac arrest the morning after he complained of chest pain. He's one of at least 7 teenage football players who've died just this month.
Honestly, this is one of those things you thought would never happen.
In West Virginia, Ryan Craddock's 13-year-old son Cohen was rushed to the hospital last Friday.
From my understanding, he was in football practice and had just got knocked down and hit his head on the ground. Just a standard play. There's nothing any different about it.
Cohen was wearing a helmet, but the injury caused his brain to swell, and he died the next day. 16-year-old Caden Tellier also died after a severe head injury during a game at his school in Alabama.
Please be advised that there is a male at the football field had a heat stroke.
Leslie Noble, also 16, collapsed on the field in Baltimore and died after a possible heat stroke.
When we start getting kids that are hot enough that they're getting confused and that stuff, a lot of times they look like a kid with a concussion, but it's actually, when they get to that point, it is a medical emergency that needs to be cooled immediately.
What should parents be doing?
They should be aware of the coaches and the medical staff that are responsible for their kids, and tell their kids, don't be afraid to talk with your coach or the trainer or the physician on the sideline if something doesn't feel right.
Cohen Craddock's dad is already taking action, urging schools to attach padded head protectors called guardian caps to football helmets.
I don't want to waste time, so that's the reason why I'm trying to push to get guardian caps for these kids now.
Even before your son's funeral?
Yes, sir. I do not want to see this happen to anybody else.
For CBS Mornings, I'm Carter Evans in Los Angeles.
You know, our thoughts and prayers are with those families that lost their kids playing football. But my advice would be to parents, just make sure that you do your research on the programs that your kids are playing in. Make sure you talk to the coaches, the trainers, the medical staff, and then also make sure that the protection, that the equipment that they're using is up to par. I mean, if you do all those things, I'm not saying that you will have a 100% injury-free season, because sometimes it's inevitable, but it does give you peace of mind. And that peace of mind will also translate to your kid who's playing the sport of football.
Yeah, because there are so many benefits to football, to all sports. So you want kids to participate.
Yeah, just have to make sure they're doing all the right things on the.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Hey, let me ask you a quick question. You ever heard of Colton Moore?
Who is that?
The infamous glider kid that went on this crazy spree. I'll put the link in a back chat so you can pull it up. I think you'll get a kick out of this.
Well, the federal trial will go on as planned.
2 weeks from now, 3 of the 5 former Memphis police officers charged in connection to the death of Tyree Nichols last year will enter a courtroom.
Today, ex-MPD officers Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, and Justin Smith did not change their pleas in the final scheduled hearing before the September 9th federal trial. The 3 face several federal charges, including deprivation of rights and failure to intervene, and several state charges as well, including second-degree murder. Now, our Stephen Pimpa was in the courtroom today. He's live in downtown Memphis. And Stephen, the federal trial, like Rudy said, is just in 2 weeks. What approach are attorneys taking now?
Rudy, Pepper, most of today's pretrial conference revolved around those 2 ex-MPD officers, Emmett Martin and Desmond Mills, who have pleaded not guilty in this case, and their testimonies that they are expected to give. Now, defense attorneys argue that they should be able to ask Mills and Martin about the fact that they are pleading guilty to try and avoid life in prison so that the jury can understand their bias when it comes to those testimonies. However, the judge told all of us he worries this could taint their entire jury.
Officer, what were you thinking when you punched him here? What were you thinking when you kicked him?
Those are just some of the answers that Ben Crump, attorney for the family of Tyree Nichols, hopes to get during next month's federal trial for 3 of the 5 ex-MPD officers charged in the 29-year-old's death. Monday, the debate continued in federal court about what kinds of questions defense attorneys could ask 2 of the ex-officers who already pleaded guilty, Desmond Mills and Emmett Martin. Defense attorneys say they should be able to ask Martin and Mills about
the fact that the officers are out on bond and they really trying to force them to take the plea. We're about to see a whole nother side of this case.
What do you mean?
It's a lot of shit that we didn't see, and there's probably so much more footage of fucking Tyree Nichols probably spitting and fucking beating ass or whatever. It's more to this story. I think so. They're all out and they're all just on bond, you know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, no, it's more to this story, and we about to see a whole nother side. And these boys, they go ahead.
He was a good boy.
Nah, it's gonna be more to this shit. Watch, we're gonna find out some crazy shit. If this shit really goes to trial, we're gonna find some crazy shit.
At the specific penalties they were trying to avoid by testifying, so the jury can get an idea of how biased those testimonies may or may not be.
Because, the court can't reject the plea.
Records show both Mills and Martin faced a maximum sentence of life in prison if they didn't agree to a plea deal and were convicted by a jury.
Salute to LRS Big Larry in the building. Blackjack says, why does it seem like it's only the sons with black names doing the crazy crimes? Those with normal names seem well adjusted and useful to society. Not true. Not true at all, man. Michael, man, you know how many Michaels, man? Fucking, I know so many Michaels, man. That's my name. That's my first name. And I know so many Michaels, man. Very common name. And y'all bad to the bone. All of them, man. Every last one of them.
New at 6, phones and more smuggled into the Fulton County Jail. Tonight, the Fulton County Sheriff's Office confirms it has an ongoing corruption investigation and 4 security officers who work for a contract company arrested. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie is live at the jail where he's been poring over the warrants against these 4. Mark, you found some allegations that seem shocking.
Yeah, a Fulton County Sheriff's Office official says this investigation started in May and more arrests are expected. But for now, 4 young women are residents of the jail where they worked until yesterday.
They work for strategic security. I can confirm that they have all been terminated.
The Fulton County Sheriff's Office says it turns out 4 security officers working for a contractor at the county jail were security problems. Records suggest
Man, just let these 4 in the Scorpion Squad go to an island, man, and come back in 20 years and see what you got, man.
Were security problems. Records suggest Briasha Tate admitted using a book to hide phones. Allegedly confessed to smuggling in cell phones in a cutout inside a book.
Yes.
Now one might say that Fulton County Sheriff's Office is throwing the book at her. After a corruption investigation, we counted 10 criminal warrants naming her. Records indicate after she reported to work Tuesday, she was transported to the Jail Investigations Unit's office, and that Ms. Tate stated she had sex.
That feeling of getting caught by the police, I don't know if you've ever felt that, Cook County. That feeling of like when you caught and then they got you, they arresting you and they processing you and they put you in the jumpsuit and shit.
Yeah,
and like,
nah. I never got that feeling.
that shit gotta be bad, but it gotta be. I mean, it is bad, but it gotta be way worse when you're like work at the prison and you're fucking being locked up at the same prison you work in.
Yeah, that's like going to a job interview and you steal something and like they catch you or something. You know what I mean? Like your work is you're losing your job and you're going to jail.
There's really nothing that can compare to it, man. Like really, if you want to be honest, there's nothing that can compare to being a fucking CO and then getting locked, then caught smuggling some shit, and then being like locked up in that same jail.
Yeah, you just went from being above everyone to now you're below everyone in the environment. Your status dropped so far.
And you're scared, man. You're scared, man. Imagine how scared these girls are, man. These girls, if they qualified to be COs, they were pretty much, I'm not going to say like fucking, everything's relative, man. So they were good girls, but everything's relative. You know what I'm saying?
County jail were security problems. Records suggest Briasha Tate admitted using a book to hide phones. Allegedly confessed to smuggling in cell phones in a cutout inside a book.
Yes.
Now one might say that Fulton County Sheriff's Office is throwing the book at her. After a corruption investigation, we counted 10 criminal warrants naming her. Records indicate after she reported to work Tuesday, she was transported to the Jail Investigations Unit's office, and that Ms. Tate stated she had sexual intercourse with an inmate inside of the bathroom in the tower on floor 7 South on 3 separate occasions. That Ms. Tate stated she brought a total of 6 cell phones inside of the jail and gave them to the inmate. That Ms. Tate stated she cut portions of the pages of the inside of a book and concealed the phones inside of the hole in the book. That Ms. Tate stated she brought strips, paper laced with chemicals used for smoking, inside of the jail on 2 separate occasions. That Ms. Tate stated she received payments from the inmate via Cash App for the contraband items she brought in and gave to him, and that her Cash App payment summary from the inmate showed a total of $1,682.
We can't screen for integrity.
Natalie Ammons of the Sheriff's Office has terminated Security Officer Regina Harris, faces 3 warrants related to a contraband cell phone provided to an inmate. Ms. Ammons has terminated Security Officer Lacuna Ballard, is accused of sending explicit photos and videos.
Lacuna, man. Come on, man.
There needs to be another vowel in there, man. Her name is missing a vowel after the U.
Yeah, like the U it's gotta be followed by a vowel. Yeah, man. That's crazy. Lacuna, they just said fuck the law, fuck the rules, fuck the language, fuck everything.
Was to an inmate, plus a couple of conspiracy charges involving conversations about how to bring cigarettes and cell phones into the jail. And Ms. Ammons says terminated Security Officer Anisia Silas faces a conspiracy charge involving a phone charger and a charge involving giving an inmate unauthorized food, namely a chicken pot pie. Now, Ms. Ammons says all 4 suspects were given bond, but as of late this afternoon, had not made bond. Yet we tried without success to find lawyers.
Man, I'm about to pass out, man. Salute to all you guys, man. Salute to everybody out there, man. Great show, man. Salute to everybody. Let me check my phone, man. Salute to my man Steve, man. He said, "Oh yeah, salute to my man Steve, man. Yeah, I couldn't read my Cash Apps for days, man, because I got new phones and I hadn't set it up. And I was thinking I hadn't been getting any Cash Apps, man. But salute to you, Steve, man. I can read them now. I had to log into it on my new phone. Shout out to you, man. Salute to Deluxe247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP, coming through once again. Salute to my man Barry B in the building, man. Shout out to all you guys, man. Same black time, same black channel. Out of here. Peace out.